Trey Way, everybody in this joint, Juan in here, Dula in here. I had a whole intro for y'all, but hey, when you live streaming, you just got a cold turkey, some shit. You feel me? So listen, this Gerard B on Gerard B TV. We on the Commanders reality check situation. Everybody make sure y'all mics is unmuted. All that good jazz, Mataz. Also, episode 3 of Commanders reality check. I got some good people on this panel today that's joining me. I got Asia's from Asia Analysis. Yay. I got Dula. Hey, the man behind the camera, young. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get all the high quality snaps. If y'all ever seen any of my videos, and I hope y'all have because y'all checking us out right now. Hey, credits to him. Always credits to him, son. He do his thing, man. Thug Thizzle. And then you got the GOAT himself, Juan Gotti, man. Big dog in the building. So Ratsville's finest. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna let all three of them introduce themselves. And then, of course, we got to start with the lady herself, Asia. So go ahead and tell everybody what's up, shorty.
Hey, thanks for having me, Gerard. I look forward to this. I guess it's a roundtable of sorts in the format. So yeah, and all the topics that we're going to go over today. But yeah, you guys know me from over at Asia's Analysis. And if you don't, yeah, check that out, Asia's Analysis.
Dula?
Yeah, no, so I'm from Win Sports DC, representative, a publication of the Washington Informer. But everybody knows me as the guy behind the camera, television. And so look, I'm just a guy who likes taking pictures. I love balls, so I'm just glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, that's why your camera's so good, huh? I'm looking at it like,
I mean, honestly, it would be bad if I didn't have good camera quality out here. But yeah,
yeah,
man,
but,
he got the.
Go ahead. What should I say?
Oh no, go ahead, Juan.
I was just about to introduce myself. I'm Juan Gotti from Juan Gotti Talking Sports. Just a fan of the Commanders that make videos. Ain't nothing crazy. I ain't got the jazzy intro like y'all.
No, we just all like ball. That's it, really.
That's really it, bro. We sickos for this, man.
All it is.
You know what I'm saying? Fresh off work.
Hey.
But look, today they kind of gave us a lot of news that we really wasn't thinking about hitting. Told you guys I had to kind of reorganize everything that I had going on. But before we even get going, how we going, we got to talk about a little bit what's actually real. So I got one question for you guys real quick before we get into our actual block. What is one thing you believe about this Commanders team today that you did not believe 2 weeks ago? And I'm going to start with you, Juan.
Oh, man. That's tough because I'm the true optimist when it comes to this team. But I'm going to say this defense, I guess, as a whole. For the simple fact that we've been hearing about the overhaul that this defense has made, all the additions we made in free agency and in the draft. Of course, you had to wait until you've seen it through training camp. So after training camp kicked off, we've heard how good they've been. And then yesterday, clearly we'll get to it versus the Miami Dolphins. They lived up to it. So I bought into the defense originally based off on paper. And then after seeing it, I'm super bought. And I expect this to be one of the best units in the league. So I guess you could say, to a degree, the defense, but I kind of already believed in it a little bit.
Okay. Dula?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was at OTAs, so I've been seeing this defense, and from the first OTA practice I saw, I knew that this defense was different. So I've been excited for the fans and for everybody to come out there and see it, because now it's like, it's out there that this defense is going to be definitely different. But what I would say for me in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to give two. One is that Bill really put the work in the offseason to learn how to pass block and to learn how to catch the ball out of the backfield. I thought Rachaad White was going to be more the number one back. I feel like I'm kind of reverting back and realizing I might have been wrong, and I think Bill is coming to really take over. It's going to be 2 back sets anyway, but I think Bill's that 1A if you're doing a 1A, 1B. And then I think the receivers, man, I think the addition of Steph Diggs, I think this receiver group as a whole, one that I thought was maybe a crutch to the team, is now one of the strengths, just adding that extra guy in there.
Got you. Asia?
I've been pleasantly surprised about the tight end room, actually. I knew Chig had it in the past game, and I knew they were going to try to find some way to get Ben Sinnott incorporated. But after going to camp and put my eyes on the offensive scheme, the identity of this team in the past game seems to be built around the tight ends. And I knew it based on just kind of what I saw of Ben Johnson and if he was going to be pulling some of those elements. But I didn't know. I also know that in the past game, he very much mentioned in his interview the KOC install, which is a lot of like 3-level scoring and flood concepts. And KOC kind of uses a lot of 11 personnel. He doesn't really incorporate tight end action and all the receivers. So I kind of need to put my eye on it to see how this mashup of these KOC Ben Johnson concepts in the past game, and presently surprised to see how all of the tight ends are hooping. There is going to be a very good tight end that is going to be cut from this roster. And so that's been the biggest one so far for me.
Okay, y'all took all the good ones. I probably should have went first, seeing this is my show, but I'll go last, right? So mine would be, you know what? I believe that Jayden Daniels had the mastery of the offense 2 weeks ago. I didn't know it was to the degree it is. Like, you know, you guys been in practice more than I have. I went that one time that Saturday, and it was live. I was okay. I seen him. I seen how he was working it out. You know, good passes downfield and things like that. But it's like this past week, he took it up a notch. You know, I'm talking 12 or 16 in practice or whatever, 70-yard bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about? So I'm excited. Like the man, you know, the myth, the legend himself, JD5. He got me excited. So as we talk about JD5, y'all know he's the biggest topic today going on in the NFL circles, the college football circuit as well. And it's really all about, you know what I'm saying, Baton Rouge. What's going on down there? Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I woke up today. I was not ready for this much slander and bashing of my quarterback. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like I logged on to Twitter and I immediately had to put my hands up. Like, what we doing? What are we doing out here? Like, I saw Asia going to bat. I saw Dula. I saw Rio. I saw everybody. I'm like, what's going on? I checked my comment section. It's somebody in my comments that's commenting about this. Ain't had nothing to do with the video. I'm like, what happened? What's going on? Check my group text. They talking like, yo, they out here trying to get your man out of here. And I'm like, what's going on? So I look. And now we already know what's going on. Cease and desist from JD. Over really name, image, and likeness. Of course, the news that came out, everybody just focused on the fact that it was a number 5 jersey that he cared the most about. DJ Pickett was reportedly promised the opportunity. DJ Pickett came out and said, fam, I'm keeping that number. That's mine. They promised it to me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, water under the bridge to me. Water under the bridge to me, but I have to ask y'all. Who right in this situation? Asia, I'm going to start with you. Is Jayden Daniels right? Or is he overstepping? Or is he overstepping his steed?
You're saying between LSU and Jayden, or between the kid and Okay, so first of all, I just
LSU and Jayden. The kid ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think I had enough time to sit here and collect all the information and compile what's out there. And just before I make my case, apparently there was a precedent set here. So Brian Kelly apparently did promise the young man the number. And he held off on giving the young man the number because he said that Jayden wasn't ready for anyone to wear it. So Brian Kelly already set the precedent that the player needs to bless the wearing of the jersey. And that's the same standard he set with Joe Burrow. So for everybody who's with the Joe Burrow think pieces, don't be mad at Jayden because Brian Kelly set that precedent in that the 2 Heisman winners get to bless off on who wears the jersey. So the problem is in the recruiting, you guys are lying to these young kids, just telling them anything. And so you set the young man up to believe he was going to get the number. He gets there. You hold off on not giving him the number because Jayden hadn't blessed it. And you were deferring to Burrow and Jayden on blessing people wearing the number. So this is not some new thing that came out of nowhere. They had previously set this understanding with one another. Right. Well, Brian Kelly isn't there anymore. Here comes Lane Kiffin. Who expects Lane Kiffin to handle anything professionally or to honor anything? Lane Kiffin, he's gonna take the easy way out. He is the biggest, he's the biggest person. He creates conflict but avoids it at the same time. He's like the weirdest dude. Seriously. So instead of just keep on setting that precedent and that, hey, JD still needs to bless off on this because this is how he handled it before. He was like, listen, I want to hear when that agreement was made. So basically I'm washing my hands of it. Wear the jersey. Okay. So we get a cease and desist letter First, we get some cryptic ESPN article in the middle of the night. I read it. I thought it was a bunch of BS, a lot of cryptic
that's where the comments started coming
sources.
from.
And yeah, like, it's like, what is this? Okay. Went to bed, woke up. It blows up because Adam Schefter and his aggregating self, because that's all he does nowadays is aggregate. I don't think that man truly talks to anybody. He just aggregates what's on the feed. So it blows up and it turns into a conflict about retirement of the jersey and the number. And that's not even what happened. They sent a cease and desist and basically said, listen, stop making money off of my name, image, and likeness. Like, since someone else is wearing the number, and the number is part of JD's brand. So, I mean, he's a business entity at this point. And so as someone who has worked in a company that sends cease and desist to competitors all the time, I understand what it means. It's about business. You usually there's a business component to this, not about a stupid jersey. Nobody sent the cease and desist to tell them to stop letting people wear the jersey. He has no legal right to the jersey number. It is the actual money that they're making off of his name being linked to the jersey. So in that case, that man has every right to send a cease and desist and tell them to stop making money off of my name. Apparently, he was actually doing them a solid because that NIL or whatever agreement expired a while ago. So they've been out here making money off his name on the strength of them respecting his wishes on the jersey. Well, you're no longer respecting my wishes on the jersey. You didn't even reach out to me, give me a heads up, or the way you handled it was in a very disrespectful way. So on general principle, stop selling anything with my name on it. Don't sell no more jerseys with JD's name on it, with the number 5 on it. And so, yeah, no, he is a brand. Everybody want to treat this young man like he is just an entertainer or football player or quarterback. He's also a brand out here that makes a lot of money off his name. So, yeah, my response in a very long-winded way is that JD's in the right here. I just had to set the story up for people to understand, because people don't like to take the time to research and read about what's going on.
Oh, yeah. My only tweet of the day was reading is fundamental. Because, once I actually read the documents, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I get it. This is some NIL shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's NIL. It don't got nothing to do with, and even if you say it's their program, it has nothing to do with the terms and conditions of the actual contract that legally states that when he left,
got 180 days, Mo.
They can't use his name, image, and likeness anymore. So you
After
can side with the like that. You can't.
It's just
it's about a contract, bro. This ain't about no history or tradition and their right to use the 5. It's about the NIL. It's not about the number.
Got you. Juan, how you feel about it? I know you don't really touch on these little political joints like this, but let me hear your take.
Yeah, so first of all, I mean, I appreciate Asia for breaking it all down. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a new – because like you said, I wasn't even about to make a video on this, whatever. I was just going to be like, preseason football tonight, can we worry about that? Like, that's how I was really talking about it. But after hearing what Asia just said in this totality, it makes sense, right? But I first want to start by saying, y'all brought up Lane Kiffin. Like, who trusts Brian Kelly too, right?
Bro, they're both horrible.
The way he did Lacey is crazy.
Man.
Wait, Lacey, Greg Brooks, you know what I'm saying? But we all know that story. So it's like, it started there for me. Like you said, they just be saying whatever they want to get these kids to sign at their school. But if it's solely off of, hey, look, NIL purposes, y'all making money off of mine. And that was my mindset when I was on my way here, because I seen the title. I was like, this doesn't even seem like a Jayden Daniels thing in terms of the number 5. Like, I don't necessarily think he cares that much about it. This is the same guy that comes to the media and always talks about how he doesn't even really like doing media things or really cares to be out in front. So if
it ain't on the football field, it ain't him.
Right. So I don't think he cares about the number 5 specifically, but it's like y'all said, it's, hey, I know I'm probably the most famous person to wear number 5 in recent memory. If y'all are making money off of me or whatever may have you, and y'all can't honor the contract that y'all talked about, we're gonna have to take this up with the professional route. And as y'all said, he's a business. He makes money off himself, and everybody always just likes to throw shots at his mom and doing things like that just because it's his mom. But I look at her, yes, you are Jayden Daniels' mother, but she's also, as we know, his age and things like that. So she's probably doing this thing the proper way and handling it how it should be. So for me, I don't have much, to say in terms of facts or whatever, because I really was just staying clear of it. But after hearing you break it down in its totality, it makes sense to be back in Jayden Daniels because, hey, he's the brand at the end of the day.
Yep. Dula, what you got?
You on mute.
You on mute, Dula. Hold on.
My bad.
There you go.
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, my bad. Yeah, no, look, I feel you. I think my feeling is that people got to take the business side of things away from football, right? Like it's getting jumbled all in the mix of everything. People look at this and they hear the story. And I saw this article come out last night and I was like, oh my God, like this is not something like I want to care about right now. I want to care about football. And so look, I'm a person who works out there. Y'all know, like I'm always trying to find value and money off of my work. So like anytime like stuff is going out there, like you got to defend yourself. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your product. And it's really just money when it comes down to it. Right. And, you know, people don't want somebody to fight for their own rights or fight for their value. And I think that that's what Jayden's team is trying to do. I think I feel bad for Jayden specifically because like we all know the person that guy is. He don't care about this that much. Like I think he care about being able to take care of his family and all that, but he's focused on the season. You could see it in the message that he sent out to everybody. And so for him to have the right to fight for his value, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I hate that it's getting jumbled on like him in his character or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to put him in this picture of some dude that is not caring about football, is caring about his image and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just, I'm excited to see what he's going to do this year because I feel like he's extremely motivated. I don't love everything that people are saying, like just the way some media members run with this story, like you said, without really reading, without really understanding that this really isn't about the number at all. I don't think he cares that much about the new kid, you know, wearing the number. It's about, you know, contracts, communication between him and LSU, which is weird to me because they're honoring a contract or honoring, you know, a deal with a coach that isn't even here anymore. Like this coach that was here before made a deal with this new player about the jersey number and stuff. So like even that being involved in this conversation doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I don't really trust Brian Kelly or Lane Kiffin anyway. So yeah, like to me, I just feel like the worst part of this is the timing of it all. Like he just balled out this weekend. You know, it's the beginning of the season. I think this is like it's starting to become somewhat of a distraction for him moving forward, and it shouldn't be. But I think that this is where people want you to this is where the shut up and dribble stuff kind of comes in, and no one's in favor of that kind of like, you know, rhetoric, I guess, you know. So
I'm not like I don't get the whole he can't walk and chew gum at the same time. This happened like a week ago and he's been out there balling, so I don't buy that. I also don't buy that at the same time. I see a lot of the comments. There was a comment made, he's playing both sides and it's an Instagram story. I don't think that's what he's doing. He told y'all straight up, this is about business. I was hoping that it would be handled privately, but now that it's out there, we very clearly have some things to deal with. At the end of the day, I told somebody today was like, well, it's petty that all of a sudden now he wants to send the cease and desist because they gave the number away. I'm sorry, you can't, like, the precedent was set that nobody else was wearing the number, so his brand wasn't mixed up with another player. That 5 in LSU was directly linked to Jayden. It does not make sense for him to be running around trying to market off the LSU Heisman and 5 if there's another player now wearing the number. It's business, right? So you send the cease and desist and the cease and desist to me just sounds like, hey, this is a mess. We tried to talk to you, or maybe it's in flux because they did have a leadership change. Like they changed from one coach to the next. We got to send a cease and desist so we can either renegotiate the terms of this new NIL deal or handle the business with the university, that's what I took from his Instagram post. We got to get this contract or this language in the money business part of this worked out, because from what I read from the legal number is that, and my understanding is that 180-day rule has expired. So technically they're no longer allowed to make money off his name. I don't throw the number out of it. Like they got to get that part of it worked out so that they limit. I explained to someone limited licensing deals are part of a lot of professional athletes contracts. Like when everybody was making a big deal about Caitlin Clark not being on that WNBA 30th anniversary jersey, it's because in her contract they can't use her image. They can't literally use her picture of her anywhere in perpetuity. They can use her number, but they can't use her picture. So the reason why she was left off that poster is because of business reasons. So I understand that, that man has gone from a NIL college deal to now he has all of these sponsorships and brand deals where they may have exclusivity clauses in the contract where they are the only ones that can have access to his image and likeness. So no, it does sound like they need to hold off on selling merch or selling anything associated with his name until they can get the business side of it worked out, which that's what I took from it. It's like the business side, he said it. I understand that people don't understand there's a business side of this, but there's a business side of it that I think is what is around the cease and desist that people are conflating with the actual number thing, which I think is a totally separate thing.
Well,
altogether.
I think really the funny part, not the funny part, it's not funny because this is business. And I was a business major in college. So I love this kind of shit. This is my wheelhouse right here. So the 180-day clause that was in that contract, that basically saying, hey, after 180 days from the time that my time at LSU is over, okay, the contract that we currently have is null and void. That was 580 some odd days ago, right? Since the last time he played for LSU. But because of like the Heisman House commercials and things like that, we still profiting off that number because when he's in Heisman House,
he has to wear the number.
He has his jersey number on. He has a jersey on. Everybody in Heisman House has their jersey on. Now some of them got their jersey retired. Well, not all of them. Most of the current players. But it's kind of I would say the rub is for me is the fact that we talking about something that was promised to a player verbally, and then another player is being promised his number verbally. You get my drift? So it's like you kind of reneging on a verbal promise. You didn't make it, but your organization made it. And then you're making that same verbal promise to another young man. He might not come out and say, hey, I want this, but it's just, I don't think either side is right. I think this is going to get kind of messy as far as like business goes, because it's going to be one of them NIL line in the sand type situations. Like, when you talk about you got to have a buttoned up contract, you got to have a buttoned up contract. That's what they're going to really be. And that's what, you know what I'm saying, Jayden Daniels' mom, that's what she's going to be doing, making sure that the business is right? So I ain't really worried. The timing is not good. No one likes the fact that it's right before the first preseason game. You think this was on accident that it dropped last night? No.
Yeah.
No. Nothing happens on accident.
It's a PR statement, really.
You know
I don't know which I want him to say. He's putting out fires. He can't come out and say LSU is wrong.
He won't say anything.
I think the statement is a carefully prepared PR statement where he is trying to balance both sides, right? Because there is still business that appears to need to be handled. So I don't disagree with the fact that his statement wasn't forceful. He's trying to de-escalate with the statement. That's how I view his statement. Like,
he's trying to make good business stay good business, because it's good business between him and LSU. Like, it's good money there. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I got all these brand deals. You guys are a brand deal of mine. We just need to come back to the table and renegotiate some things. Now, I did agree with RG3 when he talked about it a little earlier. From the simple spot, a Heisman winner should have their jersey retired. That's just what it is. And I get it. Eventually, you're going to run out of jersey numbers. All right. We'll do something. We'll figure something out after that. You know what I'm saying? But all right, y'all. That's enough of the business conversation and the politics. I don't want to bore y'all out. Cause I can go for like another hour just on this, and we can get into the contract details. We can pull it up, go line by line, talk about addendums. But I ain't about to do y'all like that. I say that for like a deep dive on like a Saturday. All right, so let me go ahead and move that some stuff that actually was going down. All right, let's talk about what's actually going down on the field. Let's get back to Ashburn. All right, so we just like dominated at joint practice. You know what I'm saying? But we not joint practice champions or whatever. I seen somebody in my comments saying, like, "Oh, y'all won joint practice." What kind of, bro? I'm just my team's ass. All right, I'm just happy that we came out and handled business. You know what I'm saying? We stood on business, and certain things traveled against another opponent. The pass rush, the accuracy from Jayden Daniels, shit, the separation from the receivers, the hounding, the defense, the way the defense is hounding, the way Antonio Williams is looking, the way Joshua Joseph is looking. And this is the part where the reality check comes in at. All right. Because Miami, they're not a good football team. We know that. They in the sweepstakes for the number 1 overall pick next year. All right. So what I want to ask y'all, what from Wednesday do you believe would travel against the Philadelphia Eagles week 1?
Everything. I'm gonna try to control my optimism, but that's my whole stance, right? People want to downgrade or discredit what we did versus the Miami Dolphins, but these were the same people last year when we went up to Foxborough and Drake May shredded this defense and Jayden Daniels looked terrible without Terry McLaurin. They were trying to say, oh, it's just practice, don't worry about it. But the same things that happened to us in that practice carried throughout the season. The defense was terrible. Joe Wade got fired. The offense struggled without Terry McLaurin. Those are early signs we've seen that were negatively impacting the team in 2025. So why is it that when we see the positive things against a Miami Dolphins team that, yeah, we're clearly better than, why can't we feel like, oh, man, we got it right. Oh, this is going to carry over into the regular season. Why do we have to temper our expectations just because it's the Dolphins? No,
right.
We went out there. We upgraded our team. This looks like a serious team. I don't care who the opponent is, because if the Dolphins came out there and Malik Willis was able to destroy this defense, or their defense was able to get after 5 and all this, we wouldn't have hit the end of it. Washington struggled. Washington this, then the third. So me personally, and this may sound, oh, Juan, you too optimistic, or Juan, you just being a fanboy. No, I think everything that we seen on display yesterday can carry over into the regular season. Even the offensive line struggles. Brandon Coleman had a little bit of some struggles. Josh Connolly here and there. Even that can carry over into the Eagles game. I'm not saying everything was positive, but majority of it was really good. And I see it being able to take place week 1 and throughout the regular season, especially if we're able to stay healthy. So, me personally, I think everything can carry over.
Okay.
They just hating that it was all positive, really. That's all it is. Even
they hating. I ain't gonna lie. I love the fact that the Dolphins' little PR team, they be dropping their little clips, and like every time I go in the comment section or I check the retweets out, it's a Commander fan bashing their head like, okay, now show the other side of the play.
But here's the thing though, and this is why that's why I also said, like, okay, I'm a Commanders fan clearly, and I make Commanders content, so of course you're gonna feel like I'm biased. I went to plenty of Dolphins content creators yesterday, and they said the same exact thing. They said, "Oh my God, Sonny Styles is insane. Caleb Chason is unblockable. Jayden Daniels was completely shredding his defense." So I'm like, if a Dolphins content creator is saying this, like, where's the disconnect? So,
yeah. What you got, Dula? Because you was out there yesterday, right?
Yeah, I was, and I mean,
everybody get y'all popcorn ready. He about to give us the goods.
No. What I will say is that, like, I edit video, I edit photos, man. You can say a lot just trying to make yourself look better. You know what I'm saying? But if you were really out there, you know what I mean? Even some of the plays they posted were things that I'm like, that was, a little past the Devon Achane. Like they weren't being able to do anything. Like if we're taking anything away from this practice, is that one, look, good teams dominate when they're supposed to dominate, right? So that was a good test for them, right? We've seen them play teams. Like I remember when they played Arizona to start the season, 2 years ago or whatever. Everybody thought they were going to steamroll. They couldn't do anything. They struggled in that game the whole time. They barely won that game. A Derek Forrest interception at the end of the game, right? So basically, we should be able to see a team do well and champion that, right? So I know it's the Dolphins. I know there's going to be a harder teams that they got to play. That joint practice against Baltimore is going to be great, but they dominate on both sides of the ball. I think the only facet of the team that maybe was a little bit of a struggle was just the run game, like really just the offensive line in the run game. But like even when it came to the receivers were catching balls left and right. Well, that was crazy. Pause. The receivers were handling business left and right, and basically I just thought that the one thing I will say that I think that come week 1 that people are going to be really not necessarily surprised about, but I think that the identity of the squad is going to be like is the D-line. I think the D-line and the pass rush and the way it's coming through, I think that's going to be the number one thing that people are going to run away with.
Word. Like that. I like that. D-line was cooking. I'm saying every time I heard Adafe Owe name, I heard Caleb Von Chason not too far after that. Like I feel like the man realized I didn't get that bag.
Mm-hmm.
I make as much as Dorrance Armstrong. I'm about to be edge too. I'm finna stay here. He trying to hoop. I think KC trying to get right. It's like a 5-man edge room. You got Joshua Josephs out there looking crazy. Like I said, DA. We still ain't got Dietrich Wise back. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a very JJB got his name called by what? I was surprised. You know, third year is it trying to come around. Asia, what you got? What you think on travel?
So I think the concepts, like the playbook, the two coordinators, the playbook, the concepts will travel. I like the foundation of both the defense and the offense. I think the defensive line will travel because right now I was listening to Leo Chanel and he said they haven't even cracked that playbook open. They haven't really got into their stuff. So that's basically just the edge rushers just getting off in practice and them not really scheming up a lot of just like different looks and exotics and things like that. So if that's how we looking just off the strength of just sending them boys, I'm excited about how it's going to look when he's actually in the bag scheming it up. So I definitely think the defensive line is going to travel. I'm going to be a little bit of a negative Nancy and talk about this run game because I do have some concerns about the interior line with the run game based on what I heard. It
wasn't good.
And I don't know if it's because I did hear that, and it feels like he hasn't necessarily installed that run game. So they're basically just handing the ball off and maybe just kind of just running without an actual like install plan around the blocking game and things like that. So I'm going to hold off on being alarmed. But for the most part, I am concerned because I don't know if it's a Julius Good-Jones thing. And when I went to the open practice and I told people, I just felt like nothing was going up the middle. And I couldn't determine if was our defense because we had such stout, interior run game on defense and those linebackers were doing what they were supposed to do. I couldn't call it up against our own defense. But hearing that we struggled against someone else's defense and interior line is making me feel like there's an issue with the interior line, which I am not feeling comfortable with that going up against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. So that's kind of the only thing I am worried about. If you give me competent tackle play on the outsides, I'm fine. I sit up and watch poor tackle play and people work around it all the time. So I just have it baked in that we're not going to get that Laramie Tunsil type of productivity on like we just got to move on from elite level play there and get competent play, and I'm comfortable there. But they have been actually annoying me all off season with the messaging around this interior line and this center situation, and it still is making me uncomfortable with the lack of urgency there from DQ. Like he gets up on the podium and gaslights us. Like that situation is not in a we need to be in panic mode right now. About this interior line. Like I don't.
He's not gonna do that. He know everything. He got so much pressure on his cap. It's crazy. Like that's why he bald. Like he's smart for staying bald. Like cause that shit probably white gray. But now let me ask y'all a question because you made a good point about the running game. Do you think y'all think the running game is the one position group that is going to determine whether or not we like a true contender in the NFC? Besides the interior offensive line, the running game kind of marry together, if you get my drift.
I mean, I think it's a really high important part of it because, that was one of the biggest negatives of last year's team was that the balance of run to pass wasn't quite there. So you had a lot of Jayden Daniels trying to play hero ball. Now he has better receivers this year. So I think, with Chig, with Diggs being in the fold, with some of these guys stepping up a little bit, I think that they'll be able to pass the ball better just off rip. But if you're able to have those two guys like him, Bill and Rachaad White have success, I mean, being able to open the field completely. Now, yeah, I mean, I am a little concerned. I think we really need to see Allegretti come back. I think that, the Biotis cut still is kind of odd to me. I know that there's a lot of different reasons of why he's not here anymore, but the interior line, especially with the change of I was talking to people yesterday about how they're feeling about Paul being a good run blocker versus a pass blocker. Like, can he do the job? You know what I mean? It would Coleman have been a better option if Tunsil was still around. But the offensive line, or just the run game in general, it needs to be there. I mean, the better that run game can be. I mean, look at the teams that have had success, especially in this Ben Johnson style offense. When it comes to Detroit 2 years ago, when it comes to Chicago last year, you hear about Monungai, you heard about Swift, you had, Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I mean, you need these running backs to be able to help Jayden Daniels as well. So I think it's a huge part of it.
Got you. I agree. Let me get to this next block. We talking about JD now. Just a little bit of his mastery with the whole offense, if you will, because we keep hearing great practice after great practice. DQB out here like, the processing speed is elite. That's his superpower. Blah blah blah. David Blough under center, more variety, play action. We know it all, right? Trick plays out the wazoo. You got reports talking, people counting his passing attempts versus completions. I mean, I remember when John Keim used to do that back in the day. Like that takes some real work, man. So shout you out. I ain't gonna Grant over at Full Command. Shout you out.
Yeah, Grant keeping all the paperwork,
man. Be like scratch. Like he got it. Yeah. But look, the exact practice stats, they cool, but that's not really the whole point. The point is the operation is starting to look hella comfortable for that man, and it was against unfamiliar defenders, right? So again, I'm just happy we scorched earth their ass yesterday. But do y'all think Jayden Daniels has fully mastered this David Blough transition, or is it still too early and we need to see it with like more live bullets, say Philly week 1?
So I do think our back end coverage is very unique. It's one of the uniquest coverage scheme wise out there. I think the Vikings is the only other scheme that runs it, and the fact that it's a lot of disguising, it's a lot of moving around in shifts, and to hear that when he first went out there, he was holding that ball starting out at first. He wasn't comfortable, and then to hear that progressively, and I listened to how defenders talk about our quarterback. So I'm going to tell you what Sonny Styles said. In an interview, Sonny Styles said they asked him, what's the biggest thing you had to adjust to on this level coming from Ohio State, playing in coverage as a linebacker, to hear? And he said that it's the quickness of the release. It's how fast that ball is coming out, right? So, yeah, he's saying that and why he is having a hard time. And I think it will catch up and he'll get there. But he says JD throws that ball out so fast. And he also throws it indefensible ball. So the way he described it is, I'm used to the ball being in a certain location when your average quarterback throws it. He said Jayden throws that ball in a spot that only the wide receiver can get to. Like, he throws it in a spot where a defender can't get to. So he's kind of opening up windows with the throw. So to hear a defender say that Jayden, it has this level of pinpoint accuracy and just this IQ about where the ball placement and things like that, he is surgical, and then it's coming out quicker. That's a little different than what we saw in the Cliff scheme. He was back there patting that ball, so to hear that he came in and self-scouted, and a big part of it was his release and getting things out quicker, that shows that he has a mastery of it, and to see the gradual improvement from one practice to the next. So I do think the mastery is there. He does have to take it against other teams, but I think the fact that he's being stress tested in practice for once in his life is going to have him prepared for everyone else's scheme.
All right. What you got, Juan? You think it's too early to say he mastered the offense, or you need to see it against live bullets like Vic Fangio in Philly?
So, I mean, I think you can say it from both angles. When you listen to Jalen Lane a few months ago, he said it seemed like he was a part of this coming up with the offense process, like sitting down, putting it together himself of how quick and how much he's mastered this offense. I don't think it's a shocker. We know he's a student of the game. We look at these shows where him behind the scenes and how early he's arriving to the facility. So the classroom portion of it, like learning the system, I think it's not a surprise if he has it mastered down. Now, of course, yes, you're gonna have to. I personally will wait and see how he looks against Vic Fangio or some of these better defensive coordinators and defenses that we're facing. I mean, what about Dallas? Christian Parker, that new defense that they have out there, how is that going to fare? And Seattle, week 3, things like that with Mike McDonald. Like, you got to wait and see in terms of how it's going to look. But in terms of him understanding, him not needing a play sheet on his wrist, I'm more than certain he didn't master this offense. You can clearly see that. I mean, look, even Stephon Diggs in this offense already looks comfortable. And he just got here, right? So I don't think it's a lot that David Blough is putting on his plate quite yet. I think the one thing that Cliff Kingsbury said that I think is going to stay true is that they're going to ramp him up more throughout the season. So week 1, week 2, week 3 may not feed him a lot. Similar to what Leo Chanel said about the defense. They barely cracked this defensive playbook. So I think that's part of the process that they go with this offense. So
I got you. What you got to add on that, Dula?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's looked comfortable. I can't say that he's, somebody asked him yesterday if he was in mid-season form, and I think it's just because he looks really good out there. Like, he does look comfortable. I think there's a lot to learn. I think he's going to be much better by the mid-season. I think the offense, they're giving him enough for him to be able to succeed, but there's probably still a lot more to learn. But, he's a football junkie. We hear about how all he wants to do is get in the VR headset. He just wants to go and learn. It sounds like they got a jump on learning the offense even at the end of last year. He was obviously practicing last year, even though he wasn't able to play. So I think they kind of knew they wanted to go this route of getting into a offense that was probably more quarterback friendly. And when I say friendly, more protecting the quarterback in a way. But yeah, I mean, I think that this is more of a pro style offense. And I think that the one thing everybody says is that he's extremely smart individual. I mean, we heard that from Amik yesterday. These guys that the opposing team yesterday, like you guys were talking about, had so many tweets about how he was in full command. That's another thing that I feel like we've been seeing in OTAs all off season, is that Jayden Daniels is really taking over and he doesn't feel uncomfortable being under center. So I think there's still a lot to learn, but I think that where he is now versus where he was last year at this time or the year before, he's miles ahead. So it feels like he's already mastered it, but I think there's still more to learn.
I'm going to say he hasn't mastered it yet because he still would not throw that no-look pass. But once he throw that no-look pass,
it's over.
It's over, son. It's over. Can you imagine that? Wow.
Whatever he's doing out there, it's moving the defense out the way. I know it's a lot of shifts and motions, but he is still doing something with his eyes or something.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Marcus Mariota's standing out there staring at the receivers and zone defense.
Marcus does not gel with this offense, man. I think this might be his last year here because I think they love him as a guy, to back up Jayden. I think he's more of like a locker room presence that's great for him, but like when it comes to actually playing on the field, this offense isn't really
not a good fit
for him.
I think Cliff's offense was a better fit for him because it was more like that Oregon offense that he ran in college. But this under the center, it's too much.
Not his, man.
It is what it is, Marcus.
Arm talent, and arm strength, and he doesn't necessarily have it.
So look, we did get some fresh business news besides the Jayden stuff, right? And we got the contract details for Stephon Diggs. Now, before we get into it, right, I do need to say, Selfish Pub, it's about $1.56 of y'all in here. If y'all ain't subscribed up to our 3 channels, our 4 channels, I apologize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got at Win Sports DC, you got at Juan Gotti Talking Sports, and you got at Asia's Analysis, and you got at Gerard BTV. Follow us up, subscribe us up, check us out on socials. Yeah, get us where you can find us because we everywhere. All right, so Stephon Diggs signed. We saw the contract. You know what I'm saying? But we knew AP was up to some stuff. We knew AP was up to some stuff, right? Like the deal came through. Stephon Diggs was at practice the very next day, right? He was in 11-11 the very next day. Okay, so and it's a simple contract, $7.15 guaranteed, $2 million signing bonus. I think it was incentives can push it to about $12 million. But this is the thing. If Diggs balls, young, everybody wins on his contract. All right. If he doesn't, we not tied to a disaster. But I don't see it being a disaster by the way the man been moving out there at practice. Now I want y'all to grade this Steph Diggs contract. You getting a wide receiver 2, quote unquote. All right. A through F. Everybody give me a grade.
They gonna say, Juan, you been a homer yet again, but hey,
It's okay.
yeah, like I
Homer
think the
Simpson
biggest
over
thing,
this joint.
the biggest thing that I know we go analytical, we go into depths of stats and things like that, but I kind of look at this move like if you're a football fan and you actually understand the game. I hate being one of those guys of you don't know ball because that's not me. I really don't like saying that, but it's like it's a few names that you just gotta say, and it's just like you should know. Like it's Stephon Diggs. Like what are we talking about? I think people look too much into his off the field antics and just forget who he is as a player. This is the same guy that just tore his ACL and put up 1,000 yards on 52% of the snaps. So you're telling me if he plays 60%, 70%, he's giving you 11, 1,200. Like, why wouldn't we go out and get this kind of guy? I've been banging the table for him for that purpose, but of course I gotta be biased. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be fair balanced.
You know what I mean? He is like my favorite player, receiver, non-commander ever. So like, of course he's from Maryland. So that practice in itself, you know,
we rocking.
I will say that. But that aside, player only, on the field only. I don't care what he does when he's not in the facility. You never hear nobody talk about Stephon Diggs being a bad teammate. You never hear about people talk about Stephon Diggs in a non-leader way, because Dan Quinn said one of the biggest things that impressed him is when he called other people across the league that he's played for, and they talked about how much of a leader he is. Gotcha. I love this move for Antonio Williams' purposes, really, too.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he's the guy. He's the perfect receiver. And again, I'm talking purely receiver. Is the perfect idol or guy that can mentor Antonio Williams, because I see a Stephon Diggs and Antonio Williams. I see the potential. And then when you go back to his time in Houston, he meshed well with Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and all of them, and CJ Stroud. Last year, Pop Douglas loved them, Mac Hollins, Kayshawn, but like
they wanted them back.
Exactly.
It was just the money in the situation.
Yeah, so like it was just the perfect sign. It killed two birds with one stone, because we needed a true number two to go alongside Terry McLaurin, and also the kind of guy that he can be for that room. Like when I went to his first practice, or maybe that was the second one. I think it was the second one. But when I went to his second practice, he was the one leading the drills for the receivers. It wasn't Terry McLaurin. He was the one showing the young guys what to do. And it like I said, when it comes to a guy of Diggs' caliber, it's just like you just gotta know. He looks different. Like it's a clear difference than anybody. River Raycraft, whoever you want, like that shit. Like it's just a complete total difference. And then
levels to it.
It's levels
to it, man.
and then when you look at Terry McLaurin, like I know Terry tries to stay mellow, but I know deep down inside he is smiling ear to. They already got a handshake. It didn't take them but a practice. Terry McLaurin is so happy about this move, and I am too.
You got Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs came in the league in what season? Was it 2016?
2014.
2014.
Yes.
What year Terry got drafted?
2019.
So you don't think he looked up to Steve? You don't think he looked up to Steph Diggs a little bit?
See what I'm saying?
Even Terry get a little mentoring. You know what I'm saying? Even so,
and it's like how, like, just honestly,
it's genuine.
How like just healthy wise, okay? How far removed do we think Stephon Diggs is truly removed from being that last? We can just go with that last.
Talking about that 1,600-yard season from Buffalo back in. Oh yeah, I would say. You can give me 1,100 yards, Stephon Diggs. I think that's where he at right now. I think he anywhere from 1,000.
And that's still one, like he said in his documentary. You can't name me a better two like than him. And of course, you can have George Pickett, T. Higgins. You can go through the list.
You got 3 or 4, 5 or 6.
But it's like when you really sit down and think about it, dang, if he never tore his ACL in Houston, he was definitely on pace for about another 1,100 yard season.
Oh yeah, easy with that crowded wide receiver room.
Exactly. And then last year, as everyone knows by now, again, he played half of the snaps and he still gave you 1,000 yards. So it's like he is still that guy. So for me, a long story short, it's a damn near A+ move for me.
Gotcha. Now to piggyback real quick, everybody keep talking about the snaps. I don't think people put that in proper context. I get everybody keep dropping that 52%, but y'all got to understand that means that he was not on the field for a lot of the time. Okay, I'm going to make it real simple. But when he was on the field, he was targeted. A lot.
And they were explosive plays, and they were explosives.
Right.
And another thing that people forget about is like, look, I'm a guy who tore his ACL twice. People don't know how hard it is to come back from ACL injury. Even though you can play after 6 months to 8 months, you're not really back until like a full year after that. So for him to go for 1,000 yards after tearing his ACL, I mean, when you talk about can he get back to his old form, I mean, he looks really, really good, man. Like, so, you know, to jump in on grades for me, it's an A as well for both sides. Like, we got to think about for his side, for the Commander side. I think it's an A for the Commanders because they got somebody on, you know, got him under 10 mil with incentive kind of base, you know, somebody who's going to come and help out immediately. You could argue, is he, you know, 1A and 1B, or is he at number 2? Like, I think he's playing well enough. He's already gelling with this team super well. And I think for Diggs, he got what he needed. He wanted to stay here. He's a guy who grew up in this area, wanted to stay home. He's playing with a high profile quarterback, and he got an incentive-based deal. He's betting on himself. I feel like I wish more people would do that, man. Like, honestly, if I do this for you, I should get this, I should get that. So I think it's a great deal for both people. And yeah, when it comes to gelling with the squad, like, I mean, he looks like he's been here for 2 years. Like, he's having fun with everybody. You know what I mean? He's chopping it up with everybody. The fans love him. He has handshakes with multiple people, man. He was doing the scary Terry thing with Terry on the, you know, on the sideline. Like, they're already ready to go. So I'm excited to see what he does.
Yep. Real quick, Asia, before you go, Juan about the biz ounce out of here, man. Popular guy he is, man. Popular guy.
Thanks for joining us, Juan.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate y'all for inviting. We're gonna do this again when I got more time. You know,
you're a busy man.
We'll have you another episode, man, for sure.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Tell everybody where they can find you, and then tell everybody in your channel to come on over to our channels to continue to watch.
No. Look, even though I'm bouncing out, it's still gonna be live. So they, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's still gonna see. But it's your man Juan Gotti from Juan Gotti Talking Sports. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the same handle, talking all things Commanders. And please make sure you guys subscribe to these great people as well. Thank you for having me on, and we're definitely gonna link up again soon.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, yeah, have a good one.
Yes, sir. Be safe.
You too.
All right, Asia, it's on you. What's your grade?
So I get my grade from both sides. I give it an A. I was on a few streams. I think one of the first streams I said I think I was fine with the room as is, but there are going to be certain matchups where you need a zone buster, like Diggs, because of what he does with the route running nuance. But specifically that very elite trait that he has that is just unique to him, and not everyone has it. There are probably a few others, but he reads coverages like a quarterback, and he confirmed that in his. He said, "I like to see it from the viewpoint of the quarterback. I like to study the playbook from the viewpoint of the quarterback. Like, I want to make sure." And I've always said he's one of the quarterback friendliest wide receivers on the field. He blows up every young quarterback's production that plays with him. Yes, I even joked on Twitter. I said, I think quarterbacks just throw the progression read away, and they it turns into a one read scheme with
where he at,
because like he literally is open. He gets open. The way he manipulates his routes or whatever, it's like I'm not even looking for nobody else. Like, I know Diggs is open. So it's just I wanted that. Like throughout the conversations about the wide receiver room, we started to get a little bit of get desperate, and I would see people though Keyshawn Boutte, and because it turned into a conversation about like other wide receivers are more talented than the ones we have in the room. And I'm like, listen, I'm looking for a very specific type of wide receiver. I'm just not trying to plug production or find someone who's perceived to be more talented. It was him or Ayuk because of what they did in the route running in certain parts of the field in terms of like putting linebackers in conflict and putting those defenders in the middle of the field in conflict. And that's all I ever wanted for my quarterback, is a sudden separator and someone who can put defenders in conflict, right? And that's nothing against Terry.
That's not Terry game.
Yeah, that's not. He like a stretch he's a boundary.
When Terry get older and slower, that'll be his game.
Yeah, but that's not what he does. So
he's still like,
we've never had that. We've always had to rely on scheme to scheme that. And we saw what happened when the scheme can't make it happen with Cliff, right? Or you don't have the talent. So you just need an ISO hooper. And Diggs is an ISO hooper. I call him an ISO hooper. You need a few of those, right? Like that just can go off script and just make some shake, you know? So
and as long as you're on the same page with the quarterback and he trusts you.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? And he got they already got the trust.
Already there. Do you see the smile on JD's face when he talks about Diggs? Yeah, no, like it's different.
It's like they brothers for real already.
Yeah, when you hear Diggs talk about JD, right? he's an elite quarterback, like the way he talks about the quarterback. And then the other piece of it is with all the nonsense in the offseason with Stephon Diggs, I felt like Buddy is going through things, right? He's got a lot going on. And I just felt like he needs a locker room like our locker room. And when you listen to the emotion in his voice when he's talking
up there, joint.
Yes, like I feel like this
player crying.
He sounds like he's at peace, man. Like this is like he sounds like he's been a player that's just battling a lot of demons like for a very long time and trying to balance that with playing football.
Right.
And just listening to him talk now, there seems to be a bit of him settling down a little bit and being at peace. He just seems so happy, and not happy in the sense that I'm happy to be here, because we've heard him be that way with other teams. It is literally the emotional side of it. He just seems very settled and at peace, right? And it seems like the building did that for him and the coaching staff. So I'm really happy for all sides. I'm happy for my quarterback. I'm happy for my team. I'm happy for the young players. Jalen Lane even said that, he's been coaching him up. He just got here, and Jalen Lane is like, Diggs is coming up to him going, this is what I see on the tape, giving him pointers on his route running and stuff like that. So it's for the people, because I thought, cool being said it, people are flip-flopping because there were a lot of people saying that this would interfere with Antonio Williams' progress. This is the best thing that can happen for the young receivers in the room.
All of them.
Antonio Diggs,
he's the perfect guy for Antonio Williams to learn.
They're the same type of wide receiver.
Same kind of, and the whole separation and how they play the game. Like, I think Antonio Williams jumping into the squad to be the number 2 was going to be a mistake if they didn't go and get somebody. Him being the number 3 is dangerous, right? So I just feel like all these guys are really going to benefit from having a guy like Diggs in the room. So I'm really excited to see what this wide receiver group does, not only in this preseason game coming up, but just overall in the remainder of this camp.
I just think it's crazy. We went from not having a wide receiver 2 to now having a wide receiver 1A and 1B. It's kind of crazy, bro.
I always wanted me a 1B. That's a sensitive topic, but listen, man, he said, y'all, it's okay to have a 1B. Like, see, like the really, really great teams, like I don't think these guys have that type of ego. Jamar Chase was out here trying to help, T get his money, and he was like, T is a 1B, and then you hear CD refer to George Pickett as a 1B. Like, these guys don't have that kind of ego. So I think we project a lot onto players. I've seen it recently where
you see it today.
Like people get so in their feelings about like referring to him as the wide receiver 1 because of Terry, and it's like, come on, y'all, Terry don't care.
Terry Taylor. I got my direct deposit. Okay, that's good.
Like, he does not care. Like, these
guys, you good with me? We good. And we not giving our high 4s. We giving our high 5s. That was my bad. Couldn't help myself. But now you're right. Now listen. Before, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, because you did touch about the running game earlier, and I did have a little topic about it. Because we got the center position is what it is right now, right? And even with Nick Allegretti back, we don't know what that's really going to look like. Like, we don't really know. Laramie Tunsil. You know what I'm saying? O-line chemistry. You know what I'm saying? All of that, all of these things, right? All of these things. Then you got the running backs, Bill, Katron Allen, Rashad White, Jerome Ford. That's a lot of running backs, bro. We got a lot of running backs in the room. A lot. It's not one foot. It's too many. How can I put? It's too many mouths to feed, right? As far as playmakers go on our team. But that's a good thing. And so the joint practice, it did kind of expose some concerns, as y'all was talking about the interior run game. Even while the passing game was thriving, that's kind of why I mentioned earlier about, do you feel like we need to have a viable running game in order for us to be a true contender? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned or worried are you about the Commanders' run game?
Is 10 like the most worried and 1 being the least?
And the most.
Probably like 4. Like, I'm not that worried. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not that worried. And it's mainly because of the fact that, 1, this was their first real strong test without Tunsil. Like, they reformatted this O-line, right? Like, they gotta gel together, they gotta play together. So not having your center right in the middle, and that's what everybody was talking about, is like they couldn't really run up the middle. that strongly, I'm not super concerned. To be honest, the team played so well yesterday. That was like us nitpicking on something that just wasn't 100% right. And also, when you look at Miami doesn't have a great team, but their D-line isn't that bad. Like, that's probably one of their front seven is probably the best part of that team overall. So I'm not super worried. I'm not saying that like it could be a concern later on. I'm just not hitting the panic button right now.
Got you. Asia, what you got? 1 through 10.
I'm gonna put it at a probably 4. Not because I'm concerned. It's because I'm irritated with Dan Quinn's approach to this. I came into this understanding that a zone scheme required chemistry and
Elephants moving in one
communication.
direction.
Yeah, you need to have that locked in, and it's these camp battles that have really delayed this, right?
The competition he wants.
The competition he wants so bad. Like, come on. So I think for the most part, this whole situation with Chris Paul and Coleman with the guard thing is not about Chris Paul being better. It's not, because you let him walk in the offseason and you paid him like a piece that was easily cut. This is about motivating Brandon and making Brandon earn it or fight for it. And I'm one of those people, like, you are wasting valuable reps with a young man that needs to be getting reps in the guard position. We know at the end of the day, y'all are going to give him this interior guard role, but we're going through this performative nonsense where he has to earn it. And so it's like, I just, come on. And then the Golden thing, come on. Like, at the end of the day, Allegretti went down. Why can't you give Golden the second string?
You drafted him, right?
You drafted him. He should be getting the reps with JD right now and as the backup, because this guy, Good Jones, has been on that practice squad this whole time. So all of a sudden, DQ, he gonna materialize some talents that he hasn't the last couple years to become a good backup center. Like, it's stuff like that DQ does.
They said he only had 2 snaps in a real game so far.
Yeah, like, come on, like, yeah.
Snaps.
So it's some of the performative mess that Dan Quinn does with some of these camp battles that I think has delayed the actual install plans around the run game. Like, I think David Blough would love to install this run game, but he can't, because we're out here playing musical chairs with, linemen, and you can't do that. Like, so the only established chemistry is on the right side, because you have Connerly and Cosme that have played together. You got Nick Allegretti that's been out, and we've been messing around with Good Jones, who's clearly not good. And then we had the Tunsil injury where I was like, go out and give me a tackle, bro, so like Coleman can stay in the interior guard role, because the zone scheme is about like getting to your spots on blocking. It's not like a gap block. It's just like, you have to be athletic and quick and shifty, and I just don't see that in Chris Paul. So it's like,
I'm glad you said that, because I mean, I was saying that the other day too, on the fact that like they should bring Decker in or bring
I was just going to ask you, so y'all team Taylor Decker, huh?
I'm just team bringing somebody else. Like, you have the money, and like, like, honestly,
and y'all saying that not because of the tackle position. Y'all saying that because y'all want to solidify the left guard spot. That is
that's what I mean. It changes everything. People don't realize that injury to Tunsil changed the whole line.
Domino effect.
Like, that's the thing. So for me, getting another guy, and I'm not sure if Decker is 100% the answer. I just think that, like, go spend some money and bring somebody in, protect Jayden at all costs, but as well as improve the running game. If Coleman and Paul, working together to solidify that guard spot, if that's what it needs to take, cool. But if you take Coleman out and all of a sudden you can't run the ball, then that's a problem. So, for me, I just feel like you might as well just take a chance on it, man. You don't want to. I think AP learned his lesson last year on kind of being a little stingy with the money and all that kind of stuff. And we've seen him make great moves. This is probably his best offseason by far, right?
By far.
I just think that this Tunsil thing, like, I'm sure they thought they were done and they had the team all solidified. This Tunsil thing changes things. So personally, for me, I just think making that move, and I'm sorry if I cut you off, Asia.
No, you're fine. Like, I just like the making the move is not about not having faith in Brandon Coleman to give me competent tackle play. I think he can do it. I think he prefers to play there and he wants to do that.
Sure.
I just don't trust Chris Paul in the guard spot in a zone run scheme like that.
I don't know if y'all listened to John Kimes' pod the other day when he was doing his practice recap. He was talking about this exact thing with Chris Paul, and he was like, if his base is narrow, he's beat. And I'm thinking, damn, fourth quarter going against the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fourth quarter going against the Cowboys, you're gonna be tired. You know what I'm saying? That's when your fundamentals start to show. You know, so
Yeah.
I think he might still bring in Taylor Decker. I think that might be a situation that we look to after this preseason game. To be honest with you,
I think they may be waiting for some roster cut
too as well.
downs.
That too.
Yeah. So I just think
but I bet
may
you they
not
got his
like
number.
what's out there. Yeah.
I bet you already got his
I'm
number.
saying that that sets the run game back, right? So
It
you
does.
can't install it because you still that's where I'm at with the run game, and that's why I don't have. I think the runners themselves are explosive enough to get it done, and don't get it twisted. They still out there getting yards. It's just what I heard. Like what I heard from Kime is like when they ran it outside on the tackle side, it was fine. Is when they went to the left interior. The run was getting blown up, and I heard a couple people say that Chris Paul out there dragging his feet, and
I don't know if you all heard the guy on B Mitch and Finley. I can't remember what his name was, but he was talking about like if you have, he was an old lineman. He's like, look, man, it's more about who's the weakest link, not who's the best guy. Like you have one guy, a team can really just attack that one guy, right?
That's what Daronte Jones does in practice. All the time.
Exactly. And so for right now, that's why even this conversation might be more of a good Jones conversation, right? Like when Allegretti comes back, if he solidifies that line, we might be like, you know what, Chris Paul's great, Brandon Coleman's great, like we're good. But as of right now, I'm not 100% convinced. And so, I see something in the chat talking about Decker might be a lot of money energy bureau. That's fine. I'm not saying Decker's the only person that they should consider. So, yes, I just think that they probably, I think it would be, for me, I feel like it would be nice for them to add somebody else just in case, you know what I mean? Just to make sure they have flexibility of changing the combination of that line overall.
I was going to say, AJ, isn't it nice when you ain't got a host because you can be, you in that chat moderating? Appreciate you.
I will adjust. Let me just address that.
Stay on their head. Which one is this? Best to you?
Yeah, it's the one about. I think that's. I'm not because I know people like, dang, she is aggressive. I'm not trying to beat you back.
In that chat. Don't come for us.
I agree with this. I agree with the can't battle situation. If you don't let Chris Paul walk to begin with, right? They let Chris Paul walk.
And why do we let him walk? Why do we let him walk, y'all? Let's talk about the why. Because there was a reason.
Good question.
There was a reason.
What was the reason?
System.
The run game. The run game is why they let him walk.
Did we switch offensive line coaches too?
Yeah, and we got rid of Bobby Johnson, and we let Chris Paul walk. And it's not because of his pass protection; it's because of his deficiencies in the run game. So I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. Within the context of you don't let him walk. But they let him walk because they're going to a zone run scheme, and they felt like the more athletic Coleman was the best one. So, you in the building, you can't send me a signal or message that this guy does not provide value, and then bring him back, and then have him embroiled in a can't battle situation for performative reasons. And the performative reason is because in the past, Brandon Coleman hasn't been the best professional, and he's come out and did some own self-assessment. He said that out of his own mouth. He was not doing the work in the offseason, comporting himself like an NFL pro. His body wasn't ready. He was showing up not prepared he had all these injuries and things like that, didn't play through the injuries. So I do think a lot of this was more so just really making Brandon Coleman earn it. And I don't have a problem with that, except for the fact that now the run game is significantly delayed because of this can't battle. And you have to factor in the fact that Nick Allegretti, the center, went down, right? So when you throw in all these variables, it's just not ideal, right? So I think sometimes we have to pivot, and we have to assess situations where we are. Your left tackle is injured. Your starting center has not been in there. And now we are learning that the interior of this line cannot hold up in the run game because they are attacking this one player that you decided needed to be part of the can't battle for earning snaps. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. I'm not making a blanket generalized statement that there shouldn't be battles in camp. I'm saying this very specific battle just seemed like a waste of time. And so that run game is suffering a little bit because of it.
Facts. No, I agree. I think you made a good point there. Best to you always. Good luck in the debate, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on real quick, I got a question for y'all. Like now, I'm a big Johnny Newton fan. Okay. I'm also a really big Joshua Joseph fan. Okay, now when we drafted Johnny Newton, everybody, oh, what's that about? Love this tape, love this game. You only get one. Who you choosing?
Joseph's, without hesitation.
Damn. Asia?
Joshua Josephs.
Oh, I can't win today. Okay, so let me. Okay. First of all, define what a breakout is for Joshua Josephs. That's what I want to hear. What is a breakout?
Because I think Johnny's been here long enough that, like,
you don't think Daronte can fix him? You don't think Eric Henderson can fix him?
No. I think you are we'll be drafting him in the second round. I'm not trying to hear about no breakout from somebody who was a second round pick in his third year. Like, that's but
we want to hear that from Ben Simmons and Luke McCaffrey. And
I don't want to hear that from none of them. I want them to show up and do their job. Like, the bare minimum is that you produce like a second round pick. That y'all like the word breakout. I guess it's good for like content, but like,
I mean, everybody. I broke out.
Yeah, this is me stepping out of just the content creator lane with the word breakout. At the end of the day, we are talking about a draft pick that slipped to the 5th round, right? And we don't know anything about him. So a 5th round pick versus someone who was drafted in the 2nd round. And I'm talking about now within that context, the 5th round pick is the breakout candidate. Like,
there you go.
Johnny Newton is a little delayed. Like,
see how I set it up?
Yeah. Like, Johnny Newton has to like perform. You just have to perform, buddy. Because like,
if he don't break out, he's not on this roster.
Yeah, like if he don't break out, like once he breaks out, we'll be like, finally, you know what I'm saying?
Finally,
we've been waiting for it, and I think my thing is, I'm a little worried about where Johnny Newton plays in regards to this defense, because he's not really like a true nose.
They got him in
a zero tech.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't really know if that suits him best. Like, I think he's a better 4-3 defensive tackle than a 3-4. But you know, I'm a big fan of Johnny Newton too. Like, I think that he has all the potential in the world, but I just been like floored by what I've been seeing by Joseph's. One, like, not only just his ability to rush the passer, which he was beating people easily in one-on-ones yesterday.
Beating people stupid yesterday.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But not only that, but he actually can play and cover. You know what I mean? We've talked about the whole Andrew Van Ginkel comparison to him. I think everybody's been talking about that since, you know, the beginning of when he got drafted. I know that Logan Paulson was one of the first people I heard make that comparison, and I was kind of like, I don't see it. Like, I didn't watch his tape enough, and I went back and I saw the numbers and all of that. And I will say that even with the tape, I feel like in person is when I'm starting to believe more and more of his ability. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like the MVP of the game tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I really think that, you know, not only myself, but majority of people who covered this team have been raving about Joseph. So the likely person to have a breakout, and I think for a person that is catered to this defense, like, they drafted him specifically for this defense, whereas Newton, like you said, they're trying to fix him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, if I had to bet on anybody, it's Joseph's.
Yeah, no, I'm rocking. I'm definitely
rocking. It's too much in front of Johnny, and I think Johnny feels like a sub-package player. So I think he has to come in and play his role. Like, you know, like, he just has to play his role. Like, I think with Joshua Josephs, that Sam and that Leo, and how he utilizes that Van Ginkel type of player in this scheme is a chess piece, right? So
see a Joshua Joseph's pick 6. I mean, I can see
it. Like he just flashes as someone who was like there for the open practice. Like, it's like, you know, I can't tell you anything. Johnny's been running with the 2s, and that young man Joshua does not play with his food, whether he running with the 2s, 3s, 4s, or the 1s. I seen him giving Josh Connolly some go with them long arms. Like, his arms are freakishly long. Like,
I will say, what they're doing with the rookies this year, though. I like how many snaps the rookies get.
Yeah,
they all too. You're on the second team, the third team, the fourth team, scout team. You're on all of the teams.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, how many damn snaps Sonny Styles gonna get? All of them. Yeah, all of them. So let's talk about this pass rush, because I think the pass rush as a whole, like, we got how many pass rushes we got? 15.
It's a lot.
It's like
Dorrance Armstrong hasn't even come back yet, and I floated a theory that they're gonna stash Dietrich Wise on some kind of list. And
100%, 100%
unable to perform, pup joint. 6 weeks.
I don't know if he's ready, right? And to be honest, I'm sure he's comfortable with chilling and see what happens later on in the season or next year or whatnot. But I mean, look, I saw Drake Jackson make a play yesterday. Like, we got people that are flying under the radar that I think can make plays overall. Like, they're going to have a great rotation, but just those, if we're talking about the whole pass rush as a whole,
the front seven,
Owe and Chason, I mean, they're living in the backfield right now. So, we'll see what happens.
I even heard Contract Pain was making some noise yesterday.
Oh man, you know how Contract Pain moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen it before, and as much as like he might be overpriced right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of money that they're spending right now. There's a reason why everybody tries to put him on the trade block, because it's just like, like he's valuable in some way, and but they also don't remember, like, he has a lot of money on that contract. And I know I talked to Josh Taylor, I talked to Rio about, should they, make a move before, and I think they just like him enough. I think he's a quality player, and
good
kind of like,
too.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think there's nothing wrong with Daron Payne. I think this is people always want to find ways to get rid of somebody so they can bring somebody else in,
and then we have a problem. Let's not make normal holes.
Exactly. I think people, the D line specifically is my number one thing that I think is going to be the biggest change from 25 to 26.
And and everybody, it's okay to have a B+ player. Okay, Daron Payne is a B+ player, and it's okay.
Yeah, I just don't know. Looking at the depth chart with Johnny, I'm like, I got it. I think he just threw a bunch of, like, I don't think I'm not
unofficial.
That depth chart unofficial because of the way that
shook that joint up.
This is the most positionless defensive unit. So I'm not paying attention to nothing on that depth chart except for Revo as the starting free safety. That's the only thing that's like got me like, we can't be serious. But like, the rest of it, it's like, it feels very fluid. like
Revo don't want to hear that. Revo, if you watching, bro, shout you out, bro. Congratulations.
Well, it's Revo as the starting free safety or Quan. So what's going on there? Did Quan lose the job or did he not? Like, come on.
Well, I think he did. I think they're trying to figure out what they want to do there. I think that the biggest thing about this defense is that the both safeties kind of play an equal role. Like, it's not just one strong, one free. They kind of go back and forth on what they do. But if you look at the safety roster, is there anyone that's like a true free safety?
No,
like everybody's a strong.
Everybody's a box safety.
Well, we got that one UDFA guy. We got that one UDFA guy, and if he makes it, that's what we're looking forward to seeing him on. Like, when I
talking about Malik Spencer,
when I watch the second half of the preseason game, that's all I'm looking for. How that safety looking. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah,
I mean, not really. It's a lot more other things I'm gonna look for.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question about the front. Who gonna lead? Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Who is your sack leader in 2026? And what's the number?
I would say it's got to be Odafe because we paid that man $100 million.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah,
you wanted to be Odafe.
I'm rooting
Odafe
for
might
him
be able to create the pressure, but Odafe's history, right? He's not a finisher, bro. He creates massive pressure. He just doesn't finish.
Because they don't scheme one-on-ones for him. He was a finisher when he got to mentor. Like, when he got to San Diego and they was scheming up one-on-ones on him, it blew up his sack production. So I got to go with the scheme.
But he should even have more. But he would have had more if he could finish there. He wasn't, even with the higher, it was like a 15-point.
Describe finish. He don't
making the sack yourself instead of you being a half a sack guy, or you was the reason why the pressure happened and the other guy got it.
Okay.
I'm talking about how Myles Garrett be like, you bet not touch my food.
Oh, gotcha.
That's my food. You know what I'm saying?
My vote is Chase on.
My vote is Chase.
I think it's going to be Chase on because of how they're using him.
My vote is just Chase on, also because of the fact that he's playing on like a contract deal, right? Like he's betting on himself.
He's motivated.
So like, like he's locked in. I think a lot of people are going to get some sacks. Like, I think it's going to be a spread out kind of thing where like everybody has a few sacks here and there. But my bet is Chase on. I'm a big fan of Chase on's game. I loved Owe as well. I was super excited that they got Owe. So having both of them, I was shocked that they were able to get both. But I think that him just being on a contract year, that there's just like a little extra motivation when they know that they're trying to get paid and try to solidify their career. So that's who I'm voting for.
That's crazy. None of us said Dorrance Armstrong, our leader from last year. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like when they bought in KC, that's kind of what I'm about to get at. Because I feel like
in front of him. Do you think that when he comes back, they flip flop?
I don't think so, because KC can drop in coverage.
Okay.
Dorrance, we like our Dorrance moving forward. And he is our best edge setting edge, if you will.
I think they're going to use him in run looks. I
That's-
agree with you
that's
on
what
that.
I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think that when we talk about like, trying to massage a player into a defense, I feel like that's what they're going to kind of have to do with Dorrance. I think he's a better 4-3 end than a 3-4 end, but I think these guys off the outside, like, I just think that they're going to have better rush ability. So,
He was
but
spicy at his press conference. He was like, "Look, they know what's up." I was like, he trying to bitch some people in the room. I like it. So y'all think we're gonna have? All right, I got another question. Do you think we're gonna have 2 double-digit sack guys?
Yes.
I knew you were gonna say yes.
I want to say yes.
Or you think
I want to say
like
I think there's just going to be
it's going to be a bunch of guys with like 7, 6.
Yeah, because like I think like what Asia was talking about, like the one thing that's so special about this defense is that like it's really like positionless, right? Like everybody's playing all over the place. Everybody's playing in different spots.
He said Nick Cross gonna get folks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
like
has
people
not
are
been
getting
deployed yet. I think he is
one
of those chess pieces that they've been holding back and can't because that's deep in the playbook. So he hasn't even been deployed yet. So I mean,
I think that's the thing. There's just like there's
so
rush. There's a lot of things that they haven't even shown us, but the things that they have shown us is that people are coming from all different sides of this defense. So like for me, I think if you're asking like what their total in sacks is going to be comparable to last year, I think it's going to be like 9 and 8 from last year to this year. But I think it is going to be kind of like a spread the wealth situation because you guys talked about it. There's a bunch of pass rushers on this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be a good rotation on some of these guys to get fresh legs out there, so we'll see.
Okay.
You had a super chat. I don't know.
We
I
did
know
about
it's
the
not
LSU
me.
thing.
Yeah, it's not me.
It's Juan Gotti's, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge the super chat.
I was going to read the supers at the end of the show.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
He's like, I had a plan, but
right?
I'm sorry.
But the sister said,
let me shut up.
Pull
and
up.
stop always hijacking everybody's stream.
So,
that's a bad habit.
Mr. Horton, Aaron Horton, thank you for the $10 super. My guy. He says, "Hey guys, LSU fan, love the show. None of this JD or LSU or none of this is JD5 or LSU's fault. All of this comes back to that piece of shit, I'm going to say it, Brian Kelly, as our former coach. Don't promise things to recruits. That's facts. We went through that, and everybody does not trust either of those guys as far as they can throw them, and we ain't throwing none of them. So
I also think that this whole kid is kind of becoming a scapegoat to like the real underlying issue, which is they talking business. This whole number thing is like not really the issue, but like
NIL, sand in the line in the sand.
It
It's
is
bigger than what we
Somebody
think for sure.
renegotiating that NIL, but
right now when they get to their little CBA.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask y'all an important question. Is Daronte Jones the most important offseason addition we made this season?
That's a really good question.
I know it is. That's why y'all on Command Reality Check on Gerard BTV. Go ahead and subscribe up, y'all.
I mean, dang. I mean, I think it is one of the coordinators. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think one of those two is probably the biggest one, and it's really hard to say which one is the right one because, like, the whole Jayden's progression and everything is super important. You know what I'm saying? Like Jayden is super important on the squad, but that defense was so bad last year. And if like you could have done anything, got any person you want to come coach Jayden up, if they still had Joe Wade in that defense playing the way they were last year, they still weren't going to do anything. So, it's one of the two. So I'm okay with saying yes. I'm okay with saying yes.
So I legit, y'all know I've been saying it's Daronte Jones. Yeah, like the whole time. The defense was so bad. The low-hanging fruit is Daronte Jones. And but to see the change in my quarterback with David Blough in his scheme as a pure pocket passer in the mechanics and things, I didn't expect that. JD was already gifted, in my opinion. So I came into the offensive coordinator change with this mindset that it's Cliff's playbook is a problem. Is like we just need a better coordinator to provide answers for the quarterback. So, to switch it up. But like to see Jayden actually like progress as a quarterback, like it just made me realize that from his rookie season to the second year, he wasn't progressing. There was a true regression there. And so for us to come in and be talking about his footwork, his release is so fast, like the accuracy, things like that. I'm seeing like legitimate like growth and progression in my quarterback's development, which it's like JD. And I was like, there was no concept in my mind for that there was another level that he can go to. And it never dawned on me that there was another level that JD could go to. So right now I'm going to have to say Blough because of the impact on Jayden as a quarterback. I knew he was going to do what he was going to do with the scheming, but it's going to always be about the quarterback over here, right? Like, I just need the defense to be middle of the pack. At the end of the day, I've accepted that we are a team that has that guy. And I got into this on my Twitter. Like, we have to accept the fact that we got one of those guys that have those traits. He is Superman. He is going to play like Superman. We don't want him playing superhero ball, putting himself in harm's way. But I'm talking about that trait, that thing, right? He has that thing about him. He's a franchise guy. He's Superman, right? And so at the end of the day, I'm going to say David Blough because of the impact on Jayden and his development, his progression, and how important the quarterback is to what we do over here. Daronte Jones, I have to they gave him a lot of money and they gave him a lot of resources, and now to see that these guys and their it's the physical gifts and the players matter too. And I thought it was going to be all scheme with Daronte Jones and things like that. But to see how this front seven is moving, to see the actual speed of the players out there, to see how fast the linebackers are, that is also personnel, right? So I got to give AP some credit on investing.
AP was the savior of the franchise. So
it's
not DQ, it's AP. Just the savior
so that's
of the franchise.
At first I thought it was going to be Joe. I was just so out on Joe Witt. I was like, definitely
he was
Daronte
killing
Jones,
him.
but he's got some help with those studs over there. So I'm definitely going to have to give it to David Blough and just what I'm seeing with Jayden.
I got you. And if y'all don't know, Asia was like analyzing like the players' facial reactions when they would mention Joe Witt in press conferences. It was hella hilarious. She would freeze frame shit on Twitter. It was crazy, y'all. But I'm going to go with Daronte Jones, right? The reason why I'm going to go with Daronte is simple. Our defense was garbage, like utter garbage. But because he came in with a plan before free agency, gave AP his grocery list, and said, these are the kind of players I need. AP said, all right, bet. And we sat back and we watched us just, give me him. I'm going to take you on a 1-year deal. Oh, I'm going to pay you some money. You know what I'm saying? And we put over, I want to say it's like $160 million this year in our defense. Our offense is like 130. So AP is not a sub 500 GM.
Yo, yeah, that's crazy.
I hate that y'all.
What?
Yeah, y'all be doing this.
I don't agree with.
Y'all know how to do
that
math
at all.
Y'all know how to do math. I'm sorry.
I mean, because I agree. Like what I
went 5-12 last year, right?
Yeah.
Where did we go the year before that?
Yeah,
12-5.
And to be fair,
that means that we're 17.
Yeah,
it's 17, which is
500,
not sub 500.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Okay. Just saying,
I think that like
Cool Beans ain't
year,
feeling AP, man.
No,
He's just very consistent. Cool Beans, very consistent.
Very
consistent.
Look,
man, yeah.
Last year was not a good offseason, right? Like I think it was very. I was very like, yo, I don't really like these deals.
Yeah,
I thought
we were San Francisco trying to do that.
Yeah, I thought what he did this year was what he was going to do last year, and he didn't do it. He just kind of kicked the can down the road with a lot of these 1-year deals of just some guys and just rebring the dudes that he brought in.
I can't even remember anybody we missed out on last year. Like,
bro, well, I remember Travarius Ward. Travarius Ward was somebody I remember. I was like, yo, like he was in San Fran. Like they might be like like you said, like there wasn't even at least this year we heard, oh, Commanders were second place here. They were second place there. Last year they weren't even doing anything. So, you know. I think what he did this year, like we'll see how everything turns out at the end of the year. But I think AP, this is by far the best job that he's done.
I mean, he's a candidate for GM of the year, if you ask me. Like if we hit the playoffs, he definitely is.
He did a lot. I don't know what he was doing last year with that wide receiver room. I don't know what he was doing with those defensive pieces.
Well, based off of what we know, he listened to his coordinators. Whatever the coordinators say they want.
I get it. Yeah. Like
I'm saying, if that's how he act,
it was very passive, right? So I made the argument, and I'm not going to go back on my take that he's working in concert with his coordinators. I feel like this year he kind of did his own thing. It felt like the first couple years he's trying to feel his way around the role, be collaborative with the coordinators and do what the coordinators want. It just feels like this year he came in and was like, I'm getting all my height speedway dupes. Like
I ain't mad
I'm
at
going,
that. We was Ross Goddard it up in everywhere, even free agency. Real quick channel pub, young. Appreciate y'all. It's 157 of y'all in here. We got Dula from Win Sports. We got Asia from Asia Analysis, and we got Gerard B from Gerard B TV. Please subscribe to our channels. Please subscribe. Thank you. We're not gonna say it again.
And I will jump in and say Win Sports DC, because if you go to Win DC, if you go to Win Sports, you'll get some soccer, man. I don't know if y'all care about soccer right now.
Yeah, we like football, not that kind of football. All right, let me ask y'all a Trey Amos question.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
my guy. How much does your confidence in his defense change if Trey Amos misses more time? I.e., he just ain't right. We don't have him out there.
Well, I'm gonna get killed. I've been get killed for my Trey Amos takes. I'm gonna be honest. Like he gave us some stuff last year. I feel like he's the prototype trait cornerback that has the cornerback one potential, but he has not shown me that where I can honestly say that not having him is going to make or break this defense, right? Like, I mean, you've got Rasul Douglas that's legitimately played high level football as a vet, right? You've got Meek that I'm not going to say he's like a high level starter, but he's a good technique corner that gets out there and gives you competitive snaps and down in and down out. The way the back end works, it's zone, it's off ball. Like they say, the pressure is the coverage. I like that. And they kind of hide the corners. So the level of physicality that you need from these corners, I'm not sure. He is a good technique cover corner, but that's not what this scheme is about. Like, it's not about carrying wide receivers one-on-one, locking them down, whatever. You got to get up there. You got to get physical. You need people that's going to be willing to tackle and things like that. And I just didn't see where he could hold up against physicality. So right now, I think I don't know if he makes you better, but the depth in the room is so bad. You want him out there. And all of the bodies that we can get from a talent standpoint is already great. But I need more data points. I think someone said that in my stream. I just need more data points on Trey Amos to know that he works in this particular scheme, which is all about physicality. And I don't know Buddy built for the physicality. That's the only thing the knock on him. Yeah.
I think he built for the physicality, but I agree with you when you say you need more data points. On my channel, I always say I need more receipts, right? And that's basically because he has the traits. He did it for a little bit. But I'll never forget when he got baptized by JSN. I don't care how injured you were at the time. Nah. I got that clip saved on my computer. I look at that joint sometimes and get sad because I'm like, we lived this. I watched this play happen, and they showed it all week for 2-3 weeks straight. And then JSN is going to be like on the top 10 of the 100 NFL joint, and you best believe that's going to be in the clip, bro. That's going to be the first play in the clip, bro. Which one defensive... Huh?
I want to hear your take on.
I ask you, Dula. What you feel about Trey?
I like Trey Amos a lot. I don't think he's a very physical corner at all. Like, I think that's like his biggest knock. I even in practice though, like, I mean, the play he got hurt, he was covering Terry perfectly, right? Like, I think he's a great asset. I don't think him not playing right now. Like, I'm worried about the depth outside of the starting corners right now. But if they don't have any other injuries, I'm not that concerned. If he comes back, they're going to be much better, in my opinion. But I do think that, the scheme is definitely more catered to the safeties, right? That's
I was going to say
hearing a lot more about the safeties, which is why I was actually a little surprised. Like, I'm glad they went with Sonny Styles, but I was a little surprised they didn't go with Caleb Downs. I thought that Caleb would have been the perfect person for this defense. You know how much Harrison Smith played a big role when they were in Minnesota as well. But I really like Trey, and I think when it comes to those times where they do go into any kind of man coverage schemes, Trey is definitely the guy that you want to be out there. But I am a little concerned about his physicality, definitely. But I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of his.
And real quick follow-up, y'all would say the best DB on the team, defensive back, that's corners and safeties, would be Nick Cross. Is that what y'all saying? Who's the best DB in the room? Irregardless of what the position is. Who is the best, most valuable DB in the room? Yep,
Nick
Asia,
Cross.
got you. Nick Cross watching too. He watching too. So
we are including safeties.
Safeties as well. And y'all just said what was important to this defense. So I'm curious.
The scheme is predicated on safety play and the way that they use those safeties. And I think
Sonny Styles is not counted as a safety. Just like
and the reason why you don't see the reason why you see more box linebacker ish safeties, because I think that's how the scheme works, right? I think we are freaking out about a post safety.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at Cool Beans.
Cool Beans in there. He Cool Beans funny.
Hey, bro.
So I think from what this particular scheme requires of a DB, I would say is Nick Cross, and I do think Nick Cross. So
I'm gonna buy Nick Cross jersey if he really like that, and I don't buy nobody jersey that don't have a real contract.
Yeah, so like I gotta go with Nick Cross in terms of just both rooms combined within the context of just how the schemes work. They tend to like a lot of like physical DB types with like backer traits and kind of like the physicality and what they do. That's why I'm like, I just love for Malik Spencer to somehow like figure out how to get that post safety role, because
you need Percy Butler to get booted off this roster, which
because I don't know
what a possibility. Very good possibility. A good possibility.
Yeah.
His angles are trash.
And I think that's why we didn't go with Caleb Downs, because I think you have kind of a similar type of like safety in Nick Cross and what
because he was handpicked by Daronte Jones.
Yeah. So
that was our first real signing.
Because Caleb is not a Caleb Downs is more of a downhill.
Right. They keep
he can play a little bit both. But he is more of a box safety as well. Yeah. Like they need like a Xavier McKinney.
They need a Cam Bynum. They need one of those. Yeah.
I can't wait till we actually get to see Nick Cross on the field, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's not fair. It's not fair that like even in joint practices he was just chilling. He was like, I'm not gonna really smack y'all in the mouth. Like I'm not. Will Harris, on the other hand, he was out here trying to. From what I hear, he was trying to head on it.
He's trying to make the team. He got to do what he got to do.
He ahead of Percy Butler. He good.
Yeah.
He good. So who needs Friday night the most, you think? All right. Which players you think need Friday night the most?
You're talking about when it comes to any position?
Any position. Open it all the way up.
And my number one is Katron Allen. I mean, I'm excited to see him.
Okay.
We haven't seen Katron really play like it to his ability, right? Like he is a power running back. Like, you know, it's really hard to assess what he can really do with the practices that they have had. I think maybe and maybe it's more that I just want to see Katron Allen. I think like somebody who needs it the most, that needs to have success the most, probably Van Jefferson. Because of the fact that receiver room is very, very competitive. And I think that with the signing of Diggs, he might be first man out, but I think he has the talent to make the squad. And to be honest, it's been tough for him because he's been paired with the backup quarterbacks. We saw him have some success, you know, when he was playing with Jayden in the joint practice. But I think if he can kind of, show out a little bit, he may be able to steal a spot on this team.
Okay.
I'm going to say Quan because I anticipate him getting a lot of looks and reps because I don't think they consider him a starter, and he feels like a cut candidate. He really does not. He's been running with the twos the whole time. They got him on special teams. Is he a gunner now? They moving him all over the place. So I think he is one of those ones that I think his career is on the line. He's a Revere draft pick. So they, how they've been getting him out of here. So it feels like Quan really needs to.
Yeah, that's a good question or a good answer.
I'm gonna say it's Sam Hartman for me.
Oh man.
I hate the backup quarterback situation, even Marcus Mariota. And the reason why is because we talk about all these skill players and stuff like that. We can't evaluate nothing if the quarterback cannot deliver the damn football to them. Like, what are we doing? So I need, Sam Hartman. That's who needs it the most Friday. Because they drafted 8th in Cali Ignanis, so he has a contract, if you like, a guaranteed type of situation with his contract. Whereas you was a UDFA, you were literally living paycheck to paycheck in the NFL. And that's kind of how I feel about it. So let me get y'all these rapid position battles. I kind of already gave y'all my first one. And this shouldn't say QB2. It should say QB3, but whatever. Who is your QB3 right now? Ethan or Sam? Who's ahead in your book?
I think Khalil matters.
I'm gonna have to go Ethan. My man got the arm arrogance, and he got the physical tools in his body.
AK taking the lead
to playing the scheme. Yeah.
So on Friday? Y'all think Sam gonna have the? I predict Marcus Mariota may play a quarter, maybe, right? Or I don't know. I just know the other two are gonna play the most of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Sam first and then Ethan, or was it Ethan first?
I think out of respect, it's Sam first.
But I think
that I think we all kind of know what direction it's kind of headed. Yeah.
Let y'all know Sam Hartman sold his place. Let y'all know.
Oh, for real?
How I know. I got a good realtor friend. I'm snitching.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know you out here, bro.
Look,
he had a nice. Since the cat of the bag, it was a real nice crib right out the harbor. Oh my God. Perfect.
But that lets you know where his head is at. Like he's never been here to he's not trying to. Never mind. Let me keep my comments to myself.
Okay, man. Listen, he's good, man. You see
like, you know what?
Let me football for Jayden when Jayden throw the towel at the football.
Yeah,
that's Sam. Sam can do that job.
Yeah,
right? And he'll be fine. He'll get a little deal.
Yeah. Let's not be so too disrespectful. I mean, I feel like we're going down a path that we go.
I'm gonna kill him, son. He better show up. He better show up tomorrow, bro.
That's why I say I'm a kid. Look, man, Dula gotta be out there. Dula got media credentials.
Dula do gotta be out there.
I'm not trying to get him in trouble.
I might see him, man. I don't want to hear anything.
Sorely out that joint.
I'm trying to respect the fact that Dula gotta go out there with them dudes. That's why I keep my comments to myself.
Tell Gerard B sent you, bro.
I don't know. I don't want them yelling at me. You know what I'm saying? So
if they yelling, give him my cell phone number.
I got you.
And I'll talk to him.
Oh, I'm definitely putting it up there.
Yeah, I can talk a good game. I'm professional. I'll know it was just business. You ain't never yelled at Stephen A. Smith, and I ain't that. So wide receiver, young. Who's in? Who's out, son? Who's in? Who's out? Are we keeping 6? We keeping 7?
I think.
So in y'all projection, y'all can tell me if you keeping 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Who your 6 or who your 7?
I need to hear from Dula first because he's been out there.
He been out
there.
Yeah,
no, I mean for me it's 7. Like it's just 7, and it really gets muddied up because of Jalen Lane. Because if you were talking about receiver play, I think Jalen Lane. If Jalen Lane wasn't such a good punt returner, they would keep 6 and cut Jalen Lane. But Jalen Lane is so good at punt returning that I feel like they have to keep him, right? Yeah. So for me, it's Terry, Diggs, Luke, Jalen Lane, Burks, Antonio Williams, and Diami. I think that it's the real question right now is Diami versus Van Jefferson, and I think they're going to keep Diami unless Van Jefferson goes crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just needed a perspective. I feel like we're going to always keep 7 wide receivers because of that Lane situation. So because I feel like we're going to keep 7, I do think it's between Diami Brown and Van Jefferson. I do think Van Jefferson's the odd man out. I've been pretty consistent with that. Diami just feels like a glue guy in the room. He feels like he understands what his role is here, and he's just like, I've seen him primarily with second team. They pull him up occasionally to get a couple packages in with first teams, but he just moves like he's a vet in the room. And I think you can stash him on P Squad and nobody's coming for Diami versus if you try to stash Van Jefferson. Like
they'll Jefferson. Van Jefferson. He got 90 games played, Super Bowl champion. He got some pedigree.
Yeah, so I just think they would love to, I think they learned so many lessons from the Terry injury that, you just need to have Diami
professional wide receivers.
Yeah, you need professional wide receivers around at all times. So that's a good piece to have way at the back end of that run.
Right.
Him
and Jaden Bradley duking it down on the practice squad. That's not bad. Okay.
That comment right there, cool beans about Luke Bitter and Van and
he's
Luke's
not.
Luke's been playing good though, man. Like I think they love Luke also. That's the thing, and he's also a kick returner. But don't be surprised if Luke has a little bit of a special year.
I hate how,
but I don't think it's about Luke being better. I think it's about Luke being a draft pick and on a rookie deal too. So I think
he has more value.
That's the value. Too. He plays special teams, so it's even if you feel like Van Jefferson is better than Luke, there's other variables that factor into the decision.
Especially when you're with that part of the roster.
Luke or Van, but I do don't sleep on Luke. I'm not trying to say he's bad, but I think it goes beyond
Luke on hoop, and everybody hooping is different. It's different levels of hooping. You know what I'm saying? Different levels of hooping for sure. What was I going to say just now? Dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I hate how Dan Quinn talks about Luke McCaffrey sometimes.
Why?
It
What
make me
he saying?
cringe when he describes Luke.
He called him a pit bull.
He was
Like
he's
it's
a
like he
pit
don't.
bull.
He's a pit bull. He just like talk about his like
You throw him a bone, he's gonna go get it. I'm like, shut up. That's a grown man.
talk about his wide receiver skills. Like it's like when you listen to him talk about Luke, and then when he talks about Antonio,
It's
it's
a
like, all
completely different
right, man,
conversation,
come on. Like just give Luke some credit as a wide receiver.
Shout you out, Dog Gunner. Appreciate you for checking in, man. She appreciate you for checking in, dog. Appreciate the 199. Yeah, he be tripping.
Don't gonna, yeah.
He be tripping, bro. Like, I need somebody to pull him up on that real quick. Like, Meek pulled up DJ, Daronte Jones, like, hey, you said I was a dog. Nah, I'm a wolf, homie. I'm like, exactly. That's how you do it. You know,
I love
it ain't gotta be disrespectful.
I love his interviews. He's funny. Yeah.
Meek don't have he don't hold no punches.
Did y'all hear what he said when the guy asked him, so how does it feel not to be playing against Jayden? And he had to pause. He was like, yeah, Jayden's a good quarterback. He's a smart player. He was trying to say, like, listen, man, there's levels to this. Like quarterback.
Y'all remember when we played Detroit in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. My homie is a Detroit fan. The moment we was targeting Meek and he went down with that injury, my boy texted me and said the game over. Yeah. That was my last good corner. We don't have nothing else. We have nothing else to give you. We can throw nothing else at y'all. I'm like, understood. Ooh. So when they lost them, and now they losing all their corners, he done text me again. He's like, damn, you took my last good corner. Yeah.
And I was like, damn. Over there.
And I didn't know Meek was that good. Listen, man.
It's his height. I think if he was taller, if you look at his technique and what he does,
it's like that.
Yeah, it's just the height. Like if you put that technique into like a 6-foot frame, it's like that's an elite trait. DB right there
for sure. I mean, the little clip they put out of him blocking the pass from the receiver, I was like, yo, he was completely boxed out and managed to get all the way around Cuz with just his arms. That's nuts.
Yeah.
So listen, this is my favorite part of the show. This is my favorite. This is why I made the show. Right? It's about real hype and these receipts. All right. So listen, this is how we gonna do it. I'm actually gonna blow this up. Y'all gonna fall off the screen for a little bit because I want everybody in the audience to be able to see what we talking about. All right. So this is why we here. Everybody, y'all got 3 options. Even in the chat, y'all got 3 options. You cannot create a fourth answer. Your 3 options are: is this real? Is this hype? Or you need receipts? Real means, hey, you don't need nothing else. It's all the way 100. We full steams go. Hype, y'all like blowing a little smoke. And nah, that's not how it's gonna go down. Needs receipts is basically, you know what? I can see that, but I need more data points. Shout you out, Asian. All right. So let me bring my panel back in. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting good with this stream, y'all. Getting good. All right. So Jayden Daniels and David Blough's offense. Is that real hype or need receipts? And in that regard, I'm asking about, like, are we talking like, we already know the quarterback growth, MVP caliber quarterback. Is this really real?
Yeah, no,
or are we hyping this up?
No, it's real. Okay. It's real because I remember when Caleb was adjusting to the under center to Ben Johnson in the offseason, and it was a struggle. It took some time for them to get that locked in.
And JD better than Caleb.
Yeah, I'm hearing Jalen Hurts is transitioning to a similar offensive scheme, and it hasn't been going well. Yeah, Jackson Dart, they're trying to get him used to under center. It's not going well. So when you benchmark against that, this type of scheme takes some time to acclimate and transition to. And for him to be where he is, I think it's real.
Okay, definitely real quick, T-Love, $4.99. Appreciate you for the super. Would you cut Mikey for Meek?
Yeah, we don't have no cornerback room depth. We can't cut anyone.
No, we good, bro. Can't do that.
There's no depth in the room.
You're trying to create holes. You can't create no more holes. Create no more holes, man. Dula, what you got? Real hype on these receipts on Jayden and the offense?
Oh, no, real. Like, I mean, for me, it's not even a hesitation. I mean, Jayden has been looking good throughout. There hasn't been, I think that's probably been the most impressive part about Jayden. Like, he's made a lot of great throws and everything, but the comfortability with him out there has been impressive. So for me, no question, real.
Got you. Okay. It's most definitely real for me because I'm put a parlay down and this man's going to throw for over 30 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's going to throw for over 4,000 yards. And he will be an MVP candidate. That's just me. That's just me. I know Juan was talking about he a homer. He ain't met me. He ain't met me then.
I think we all are about the quarterback. Yeah.
Nah. When we drafted JD, you know how everybody say my life changed. My life literally changed. Literally. I had never crashed out so many times in my life, like positively. It's crazy. All right, so let's talk about Stephon Diggs. Is Stephon Diggs still a high-end NFL receiver? Real hype or needs receipts?
Real.
I let Dula go first.
I think real, just because, like I said, I think it was really impressive what he was able to do last year coming off the ACL injury. And I think in his second year, I mean, look, people can, like you were saying, Asia, people can argue about, Diggs when it comes to off the field stuff. On the field, the guy has always been, top of the line, motivated, and just what we've been seeing. I mean, I think everybody who's been out there has seen it too. Like, the guy just seems fluid and ready to go already. So for me, it's real on Diggs.
Asia?
I'm gonna go real on Diggs too. For all the reasons that Dula just put out there. To do what he did coming off a ACL, not being 100% back. I think he looks like he's got some of his explosion back too. So I can't believe he was able to produce it in that way without the explosiveness coming off the injury. So real.
Gotcha. Yep, real for me as well. I got him at about anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 yards, and that's my 1B. You know what I'm saying? Show.
1B.
Can't believe we was praying for days like this, bro. We went from no wide receiver 2 to 1A and 1B. Crazy. For $8 million, $12 million. Shout AP. Damn.
Somebody said AP. Somebody on Twitter was like, AP a mob boss for real. They was like, how do you get these contracts over the finish line?
Knock on wood. Hey, we hope we not on no Kawhi Leonard shit. I'm just hoping we not on no Kawhi Leonard shit on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Doing some weird.
Yeah, bro. Huh? We giving you the upper deck to the new stadium.
I think he's that good of a GM when it comes to that stuff. Like, I think he's still learning some of the other stuff, and he's learning quick. So I give it.
I love it. I mean, the fact that he was a first-time GM, like he was a rookie coming in, and this is year 3 as well. He's been cooking, so that's a good omen for the rest of our year 3s, if you will. Speaking of another year 3 guy, Brandon Coleman at left tackle. Is this real hype or y'all need receipts? Because our schedule is not easy. His schedule is much harder than 2024. He's going to have to deal with much more difficult pass rush schemes than he dealt with in 2024.
I'm going to say needs receipts because I think he was a competent tackle his rookie year, but he had help. They did a good job with scheming up good pass pro plans and chipping and things like that. So just got to see if he can handle it on his own because that's something you don't have to do with Tunsil. Like, you just don't have to help Tunsil out. So just needs receipts.
You got Dula?
I was close to saying hype, but I'm going to say need receipts. The only reason why I was close to saying hype is because, look, the one thing that still kind of just boggles my mind a little bit is after the 24 season, they drafted Connolly and traded picks away for Tunsil. Like they made moves to push him inside. Because remember, they made the trade for Tunsil, and we're like, okay, cool. He's just gonna go to the left side. We good. Then when they drafted Connolly, we're like, oh,
in the first round,
he's not playing. He's not playing.
Connolly was a first round draft pick. Like, I think
we all thought we was going edge rusher.
Yeah, and so for me, it's not even that I don't think he can do it. It's just more of like, I think need receipts is the more accurate answer. But I will say that, like, I'm really teetering between hype and need receipts because I just that's still, it might have been that Houston was calling people being like, yo, Tunsil's on the block, and they were just like, yo, we can get Tunsil. Like they can't pass it up. Because I think Coleman did pretty well at tackle, but it's like there was something about it that made me think. I remember somebody interviewed his coach at TCU and talking about, can he play tackle, because he played guard mostly at TCU. So for me, it's kind of like, is he really a guard or is he a tackle? Like, what is he, right? So I'll say need receipts.
I think scouts want to put him at tackle because of his traits. I think that movement ability. I think they want him at guard. I think
best basketball player on the team. Yeah, not be playing guard. Just letting y'all know. Like, that's not how that works. Like, if you can hoop, you're a tackle, bro. But also, I think y'all should probably realize by now, I'm not a former O-lineman, but my boy, he is a former O-lineman. He was telling me, look, they push him in the guard. He immediately realized, oh, he played for like 38U, by the way. That was hella funny.
Yeah.
But when he pushed him in the guard, he realized, oh, this is a slur. It's like being a slot receiver.
It's like being a slot.
If you a tackle and they push you in the guard, it's a slur. You like, oh, I'm washed. I'm not that good. That's kind
I
of
think that's how Coleman sees it.
Exactly.
He
That's how he
sounds
sees it.
very excited to be able to step into this role.
What?
He's looked good. Yeah.
All 32 of his teeth was showing after practice.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think he's just trying to he's trying to put on tape that he can be a tackle, right?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dula.
No, I was just gonna say that also might be why he was MIA for like 5 games last year, right? Like that was another thing. I will never forget being at the game, seeing him just on the sideline, like, yo, why is he not dressed out? Like these healthy scratches always kind of, we never really got like the full answer about like why. It might have been him just not gelling with Bobby Johnson, whatever. But ultimately, like, yeah, like if he wants to be a tackle and is motivated by that, great. I mean, I thought he played well enough in year one, but I just think you followed it's like when as an account, I used to be an accountant, they say you follow the money. Like I followed the moves of what AP was doing to make me think they don't really feel that consistent with him at tackle, but they are very adamant about like he's the answer for them moving forward. So we'll see.
I do agree with you as well, Tim, on this one. The pay difference for a guard and tackle is also a factor. I agree.
Yeah. True.
I'm hoping that will motivate him. He's got an opportunity to put out good tape, and I'm hoping that he's going to get out
AP going to trade his ass. AP going to be like, you're traded.
Wait, I have one thing. I mean, I talked to somebody who was a reporter on the sideline that they were more confident about Coleman at tackle than Connerly. So
that's what I've been hearing as well.
You know what I mean? So like just to say that maybe even for me being like, I'm not sure, it seems like other people are, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
I just feel like they should have gave Coleman a little shot at the right tackle a little bit better.
Have you seen his play strength? He's too inconsistent for me. Not on the blind side. I can't. At least JD can see.
No. I said they should have had Coleman try the right side.
Yeah, but if they did, they'd have to put Connerly on the left.
No.
Right?
I'm talking about last year.
Oh,
before they even drafted. They should have did Tunsil on the left and then Coleman on the right.
Right. That's what I thought they was
I was shocked that they picked Connerly because that's what I really thought they were going to do. And I thought they really needed an edge at that year.
They needed,
so I really thought they were going to edge.
I don't know. Like, listen.
They could have did edge, linebacker, corner, wide receiver,
running back. Like, you know what I mean? They had a lot of things at that point.
That was a luxury pick, and I was like, what are we doing?
And we get it. You draft for the trenches or whatever, but nah, bro. Like, you had it's cool. He got it right this year. A little bit. So let me ask y'all about Joshua Josephs. My bad. Skipped ahead. Odafe Owe as a double-digit sack player this year. That's real hype, or you need receipts? Yeah. I'm letting y'all know I'm definitely like pinning this. I'm keeping this.
I can't say real. I don't think I can. Even though I believe he can. Like,
all right, dude, you gotta be out there now.
No, I know, and I gotta be honest too. Oh no, man. Look, I'm in the cut. You know what I mean? I got the camera hiding behind it. You know
Okay.
Yeah. No, they don't see me. I'll be hiding.
Oh, they don't even see the camera, huh?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, exactly, man. Don't be seeing me. But the only reason why I have a hesitation about real was because of two things. One, I'm talking about the Daronte Jones scheme and how things are going to be different. Like a lot of people are going to be getting sacks, I think. But I also want to say that like the Owe thing, we got to remember he, didn't have the best career in Baltimore. Like there was a reason why he got traded to San Diego. Damn, I'm showing my age. LA. And when he was in LA is when he had most of his success. I believe in him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be. I'm sure I could easily be completely wrong on not saying real. I'm just going to keep and say need receipts on it, but I do feel pretty good about him though.
I was going to need receipts because I feel great about him too. But I do believe in. We haven't seen it yet, so it's hard for me to like go that's real. And I don't want to say that it's hype because hype to me feels like someone can't do it. You're saying they're overhyped, and
bingo.
I think always had to find the right place and the right scheme and the right coach. And I think he found it here, but we need to see it. Yeah,
facts. I'm with y'all. I think he definitely needs receipts. I'm really like a needs receipts kind of guy, unless you like done it,
Yeah.
So yeah, Dolph, rocking with you, bro. But yeah. You need receipts. And I think, I'm be honest, the way Philly looking, the way Dallas looking, man, give me the receipts the first 2 weeks of the season, bro. So I could just be sitting back. All right, I see you the goods. And I'm straight. Like, give me 2 sacks both games. Straight up.
Yeah.
Maybe a sack fumble.
I think he can really take over. I just, we got to see it. That's the thing. I just got to see it.
All right, so let's ask. I got to ask about my man Josh. If I talk about Dolph, I'm talking about Joshua Josephs in the next breath because that's my low key becoming like my favorite assassin out here because they're not gonna see him coming. These they're not gonna see him coming. So is he a part of the week 1 pass rush rotation right now? You think if all things was the same and the season started Sunday?
Talking about Newton?
We're talking about Newton or Joshua Joseph? Okay.
Joshua Joseph.
No, he's too raw as a pass.
So he's not part of the week 1 pass rotation yet.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I think he'll jump in. Like they probably have some packages for him and everything.
So he gets less than 10 snaps week 1.
Maybe around 10.
He don't have no rush plan, so he's good on his first move if he can get his first move off.
Oh yeah, if them guards get their hands on him, it's a wrap.
Yeah, but if he can't get his first move off, he's like, so the lack of a rush plan just means he can't be someone you count on significantly. Yeah,
I think he's a long play. Like I think that like
my arm's
by
crazy,
halfway through the season, he gonna be in there thoroughly.
I think his development is getting there. I think he's way ahead of plan. That's why they got him in there playing Sam, an off-ball linebacker, and some looks, and have him doing different things. Because I think he earned the right. I think he stole some snaps. I think when they first got him, they felt he was a project, and I think Joshua has worked himself into earning some snaps. So you're going to see him have. I think they got some packages for him. You should have seen Daronte Jones' smile when the media asked him about Joshua Joseph's. He had to, you know how they don't like to hype the rookies up too much. Yeah. And he had to sip on that water bottle a little bit, and his face lit up. So they really like that young man.
Sound like a teacher found his favorite student. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we already talked about Newton. I ain't gonna touch that again. Y'all made me sad with that one.
I was gonna say hype, by the way.
I know. I already know y'all were going to hype.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like I love Newton. I hope he proves me wrong. But I would say that if I had to put something, it was hype.
He was drafted in the 2nd round. So
I know, guys. He was supposed to be a first round pick, and he's been
garbage.
So
it's hype right now.
I get it. Yep. I know. When I put it on this list, I said they're gonna kill me for this one. That's cool. All right, the Commanders finishing with a top 10 defense. Real hype, need receipts.
Top 10.
Top 10. I'm gonna tell y'all we was 31st last year.
Yeah, so I think it's just too hard of a it's too hard of a jump for me to say. Like if you said top 13, I would even say real. Like honestly, I feel
top
like
top 10 is a little hype.
Yeah,
top 10 hype.
Top 10 is a lot. It's like it's a big jump. If you said top 14, I'm saying real because I really do think.
I think we get to the middle of the league.
Very.
I had middle of the pack as being the floor.
Yeah, anything like 12 to 18, I feel like we can be in.
Yeah. Top 10 is a lot.
Top 10, top 12 is a lot.
They did I wouldn't be shocked. I just wouldn't bet on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is they completely revamped this defense, not only with the scheme, but also with the players, man. Like they brought in so many good players on defense. So yeah, I mean, my thing is, I guess we got to go need receipts because I just couldn't. I don't think I'm going to say hype, but I just couldn't say.
We were so bad. It's too much of a like.
Yeah, it was so bad. Like
I'm going to say it's hype. It's hype.
Oh, you think so? You don't think so? You don't?
I'm a middle of the pack kind of guy. Like I feel like anywhere from. Optimistically, I think the best we can get to is like 12.
Yeah. I think I think
we don't have that post safety, right?
I think we all said it best. Yeah, you are kind of maybe one more draft away from some pieces that are needed. So you kind of need the post safety. You need another corner. Some of the rooms are just incomplete. So, but I like Rio's approach to this, like middle of the pack, but having some elite things that you do as a defense. So you are a defense that specializes in sacks, or you are a defense that specializes in takeaways. So I think we'll probably be media. Yeah.
12 to 18, ranked 12 to 18. I think we cooking. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where realistically they're going to end up. If they get higher than 12, we might be going to the bowl. Like just letting y'all know because defense win championships. You know what I'm saying? T Love got a challenge for y'all.
I don't know if I can name 10.
He put $5 up.
Yeah,
so
like and
let y'all
like,
handle this.
Yeah, and not to be like, deflecting on the question because I'm not sure if I can immediately. I'd have to go look at rosters.
Don't worry, I'm gonna just type in top
Seahawks, 10. Seahawks, Eagles,
Cowboys probably.
Let's see.
They were so bad too, dude.
I mean, I think that they've kind of. I feel like
Houston.
They go to top 10 units.
LA for sure.
You got Houston, the Broncos, Seattle Seahawks,
Denver,
Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Rams, New England Patriots, Philadelphia Eagles, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Those are the top 10 defenses in the NFL.
I'm actually surprised Denver's not on that list too.
No, they are. They were.
Oh, they were
too.
Oh, okay, God. I was like, I thought Denver was
They were
really
too.
good last year.
Yeah, it's a lot of good defenses out there that are more established. They're like established that have
3, 4, 5 years into they run.
It's also because this defense was so bad. It's kind of like ridiculous to be like, yo, you know what I mean? It's like
top 10.
Yeah, like it's like if your cousin came over and was like, yo, I got an F, and then the next day he's like, yo, I got an A now. I'm like, nah, bro. Like you didn't switch your grades up that fast.
I said no to the Cowboys, T-Love. We said no to the Cowboys because they were pretty bad last
year. No, I mean honestly, I'm thinking about certain moves that they made, but yeah, I agree that maybe not the Cowboys wasn't the best answer. But like, yeah, look,
it's less about they was top 10 total defense.
It's less about like who else is out there. It's more about like what has this team done enough. I believe in this defense.
For sure.
I really do. I really think it's going to be a good defense. I just think that it comes from like a betting perspective. Like as a betting person, I would not bet on just saying for sure they're going to make it into the top 10 because we got to see it. We just got to see it. But I would say, that it's not bad. Yeah, no, honestly, I'd be interested.
Change on that.
But you know.
So let me ask y'all a follow up. Do y'all have the Commanders being a legit NFC contender? Real hype on these receivers.
Yes. No, real. No, I feel. Man, I've talked to a lot of people on the sideline. A lot of people like this team, man. And I know it's like easy because it's like, you know, this is the period where everybody thinks they're a Super Bowl contender, right? So we might be looking at this in 6 months, laughing like, what the hell are we talking about, right? But nah, man, I think Jayden is unreal right now. I mean, and I think the defense has looked really, really good, much different. And I think those two combinations, as well as the revamp of the whole squad, the amount of talent that they brought in, I just find it hard to believe that they wouldn't be. I mean, they were two years away from the NFC Championship game, and this team was much better talent-wise than they were 2 years ago. So
I've always felt like if you gave Jayden a middle of the pack defense, that's all he really needed. The offense has never really been the problem. I do feel like it got stale and needed some upgrades to weaponry and a more pro style scheme that actually like stressed out coordinators. But I think at the end of the day, we have seen this offense be a top offense in the league. Like as much as I get on and kick Cliff's back in, he figured out a way to make that stale playbook a top offense in the league. I don't know. So I'm saying giving him a better scheme is I don't see the offense dropping off. It was always the defense. So I also like to remind people that in the NFL, you have to just win your division to really get there, right? Yeah. So I don't feel that the division is strong. Like I feel like the division is going to always be competitive, but I'm looking at the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles are regressing.
Oh yeah.
I do. As I was online today and Nagy was like making statements about Joe Burrow, like, yeah, he's got to learn how to read coverages. I'm like, come on, what? He can't read defenses?
Who can't read defenses? Joe Burrow?
No, not Joe Burrow. Jackson Dart. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Jackson Dart. I was about to say, what?
Please don't kill me, y'all. I ain't mean Joe Burrow. Like Jackson Dart. Nagy's talking about they still trying to get him to figure out what's going on the back end with the coverages. And I said,
looking for. I was really hoping you said that was Joey B because I was about to go back to my LSU little thread, and I was about to start
like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting into that debate today. It's been that kind of day. I don't have the energy, but
got me ready.
But Jackson Dart. So I'm not impressed with nothing the Giants did. As much as they keep wanting this Harbaugh hire to give them that boost, that roster still is not all that, and the quarterback is still limiting. So for me, it's the Cowboys. It's really the Cowboys for me. I think they're asking Jalen Hurts to play in a way that just not scheme to his better traits, and he's going to struggle. So I think we can like make some moves in the division to either make a play to win a division or be in the playoffs by way of a wild card spot. And I like us on a roll at the end of the year, haven't settled into our scheme. So I think we can go on a little roll.
Okay. All right, so I got another game for y'all. It's all right. This is how we do it. It's a little final rapid fire. Ain't no speeches. You get 5 seconds each to just answer the question. In the chat, y'all can play along if y'all want as well. Before we do that, though, a quick channel pub. 157 of y'all in here. If y'all watching on live replay,
in here with us. Woo! Look at y'all.
Y'all rocking. We appreciate y'all. Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening before the preseason game. Subscribe up to our channels, Gerard B on Gerard B TV, Asia on the Asia's Analysis, and you got Dula. And tell them where you from, Dula, so they can see, so they can know exactly where you're from.
Win Sports DC, man.
Spell it out for them, y'all. Spell it out.
Like winning, WIN Sports DC, man.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
We win in the DMV.
You do get a little soccer player.
That's what I'm saying, man. You put Win Sports, all of a sudden, man, you like, yo, we watching football. You know what I'm saying?
We just gonna have to keep pumping you out there. You're gonna be good. Gotta get that SEO game popping.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But final rapid fire situation. All right. So again, no speeches. You get 5 seconds. I got my little stopwatch. I'm gonna cut y'all off. Y'all lucky I ain't got my little joint, my little bell. Best player in camp. Dula, you first.
Bro, hold on. Can I take a beat?
You want to take a breath?
No, hold on, because I was like, so many names is went in my head.
That's why I let Asia go second.
Oh man, best player in camp so far.
I'm a gentleman
like, are you saying like just the person who's been the most impressive, or like
just the best player in camp to you? Not named Jayden Daniels.
I'm about to say we got to take the quarterback out. Like
we taking Jayden Daniels out.
That's the obvious one. Like
T Love going crazy. He said, if you from DC, hit the like button. If you like mumbo sauce, hit the like button. Hey, if you like oxygen, hit the like button.
It's either I'm gonna say the person. I'm gonna say Owe.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Owe. Owe's been really good. Oh, sorry, my bad. Owe's been really good, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say Owe.
Okay, what about you, Asia?
Since he stole mine, I'm going to go with Joshua Josephs.
Okay.
Because he is, it's Joshua Josephs. He really is wrecking camp. Yeah, he's wrecking camp, and it doesn't matter if he's running with the 1s, 2s, or whatever. He's just on all of the teams. He's wrecking camp. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, don't be. I almost said Sonny as well, because I just feel like the only problem with Sonny so far is he hasn't been able to hit people. Like, people are like, oh,
linebacker play is just hard.
They're like, I want him to be more instinctive. I'm like, you want him to kill people?
Yeah,
like that's the thing. There's so many times where
it's like Nick Cross. Like, people was like, what's going on with Nick Cross? I was like, no, they play with a level of physicality that they just not unleashing.
Exactly. That's why I really want
in that little prize program.
That's why
White tapped him on the back of the helmet.
I really want him to play tomorrow, because I want him to get let
loose. Play at least a quarter.
I mean, I would think they would let him play, let him loose. You know,
that's why they got him running with the 2s anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So biggest surprise.
Colson Yankoff. All in out there.
Okay.
I did not think. I mean, look, he just never been somebody that I felt like was somebody who's going to really contribute. I would say that, and then I would also say Jeremy Reeves as starting safety, because I think I really like Jeremy Reeves. I was surprised because I figured that Will Harris would be that person. I was also surprised that I thought Quan might have a little bit better of a camp being in a new system, but Reeves, being ahead of both of them, I think is also a little bit of a surprise.
Okay, Asia, who you got?
I want to say the Revo thing caught me off guard, because I was on the stream complaining about all the special team safeties not giving us defensive, and my man came in and stole the starter spot, and it just totally threw me off about everything I thought.
And Revo, like, I ain't on special teams no more. Get off me.
Yeah,
he's watching special teams now.
He's watching them. Yeah. So, somebody said Ben Sinnott. I'm not shocked at Ben Sinnott. I felt like Ben Sinnott wasn't given an opportunity. The fact that he's playing well, I knew that young man had it in him.
I mean, his tape spoke for itself. Again, this wasn't another. Most of AP draft picks looked good in college. All right, so I understood division for most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. All right, who's your biggest concern?
Biggest concern? Allegretti and Good Jones. Like, is Allegretti going to come back? And if he don't, what are they going to do at the O-line depth? They need depth. They don't have it. And especially up in the middle. If we talking about attacking one part of the offense, the quickest way to the quarterback is straight up the middle. So, like, basically for me, Good Jones and this Allegretti thing, like, we need Allegretti to come back. Like we've talked about it. I mean, that the whole Tyler Biadasz being cut, they didn't really address it. It seemed like they were trying to go after certain people. Maybe it didn't work out in free agency. I need that position solidified, definitely.
What about you, Asia?
I'm gonna go with I was mulling between Josh Connolly and Mikey, but I'm gonna go with Mikey only because I think Mikey is playing under. I think he's putting himself under a lot of pressure. I don't think he's playing free, and he seems to be processing slow. I just want Mikey to get out of his own head and play free and fast, and stop overthinking this. And it could be because he may be one of those players who's just a bad practice player because. In the open practices makes him feel like he has to do more than he does. But he went out there and got a pick 6. And so that's what I just need the rep consistency if they're going to slot him in as a starting corner. That like we have to have consistent play, rep in and rep out. So it's Mikey for right now.
Okay. Friday's game tomorrow. Who is the offensive breakout player?
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I said Kaytron Allen.
We're saying the starters are not playing, and it's just basically
starters are not playing.
I think it's Antonio Williams.
You got Antonio Williams, so you trusting Sam Hartman out that joint? Okay.
I think is he gonna spam him? Where else is he going with the ball?
No, don't spam him, man. No,
I don't think Terry gonna be out there. I don't think Diggs gonna be out there. So it's like he's like
okay.
I think he's gonna look for him. That's just what I saw of him, like in practice. He was out there looking for like the best receiver. Or
he like Diggs. He's always open.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Especially
I think he's gonna be out there cooking the DBs, and he's gonna be open, and that's gonna make it easy on Sam Hartman. So.
And who'd you say, Dula?
I said Kaytron Allen. Yeah,
who's your defensive player? Who's your defensive player?
The Jonathan Josephs.
Joshua,
yeah, what I say, Joshua Joseph. Yeah, you know, JJ. You know,
didn't we have a Jonathan Jones last year when it's
yeah, did, yeah. Jones, like that's why I'm getting confused a little bit. But yeah, no, Joshua Josephs. I just think that, I think he's been really impressive in camp. I think that the O-line doesn't seem to be great for Miami, so I wouldn't be surprised if he got a couple sacks in the game.
If he get a couple sacks, I'm gonna backflips.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm working on for that cat. I need some footage. All right, cool. Defensive breakout player for you, Asia.
I gotta go with Joshua. I know Dula already said it, but I think it's the way that the defense work is all about the front, and I think now I ain't gonna sleep on JJ Baptiste. They say he's been playing his tail off, so don't sleep on him. Yeah, JJ,
the Frenchman.
Yeah, so those two. But it's going to be an edge rusher.
That's crazy. Regardless. Nobody says Sonny Styles, man. It's crazy.
Because I think I
got you.
I just the way the linebackers, I think they have him right. They're not using him like the chess piece. I think they're holding him back because of how they're going to utilize him. And I think they're going to have him just focusing and doing regular linebacker stuff. Linebackers don't flash. Edge rushers do.
And we don't even know how much he'll play tomorrow, to be honest. Right? Like I'm hopeful that he plays like a whole half, but it could be just like 2 series or something like that.
He's been running with the ones a lot.
Which only be quarter be what, 2 series?
Yeah,
about 2 to 3 maybe possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
But I just think that Joseph is somebody who's gonna play a lot more and he's gonna be flying around these guys.
He'd be second team, third team in the Jags.
Yeah.
So let me ask you another question. Who's the player most likely to shock people by getting cut?
Quan.
Shock. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's so funny because I was going to say Quan, but I don't even know if it would be a crazy shock because I feel like
you got Dula.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like Quan a lot of people. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I think Quan is an answer that it's like. Would people really even be surprised at this point? He has not played super well.
I would be surprised.
You would?
I would.
Why?
Because I don't think in the Lord year 2024. Quan won us a playoff game for the most part, people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you watch him in 2025?
With 2 bad shoulders.
But okay, so we got to break his shoulders then and get him out there. Did
you see what happened in 2025?
He was healthy in 25, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't know what happened in OTAs.
But how's Quan gonna be here before Percy? I mean, come on, Percy got to go before Quan.
But what are you doing at OTAs where the special team safeties come into training camp and have already
That's because I think they play him more as a nickel, like a bigger nickel, they haven't been in post.
They haven't been in post from some of the things. I think
you might be gone.
He's been running with the tools and he's been playing. Something happened. I don't know if I don't know what happened. If just he's not picking up the playbook or if he's just not responding to the coaches That man is running with the twos, and Daronte Jones has literally given everyone a shot to run with the ones.
I need somebody to ask Daronte Jones plainly. If Daronte Jones don't hold no, just ask him plainly. Hey, Dula, can you just like slide a note to somebody, like maybe Lake or somebody?
People stand away from that. They are staying away from that.
They are really hiding from that Quan Martin question. I'm like, bro.
I think Candy already asked the safety question, and then Quinn literally was like, "Yeah, no, we're not."
It ain't DQ you gotta ask. It's Daronte, and you're not gonna get him until after the game. Y'all had the opportunity, you messed it up, man. I get it. You got to protect your relationships.
Are we talking about? You see this comment about? Are we talking about Tyler Owens here in this comment? I like Tyler Owens, man.
Oh, they using him. Linebacker. He's a linebacker. They finally using him
which is where he should be.
Yeah, he should be linebacker, like a hybrid. He's like a hybrid linebacker. Yeah. I think he has a role in this defense, and I think he's a really good special teams guy. That's why I don't think they'll let him go. I don't think that Quan brings that much special team value. I think even Percy brings a lot more special teams value than Quan does. That's why
he got two bad shoulders now. So
oh man, let's damage him. He's gonna be in playoff form. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, don't want to tackle. You have to tackle in his scheme, and Quan does. That's the other thing I'm seeing too. Is like he is like Katron Allen. It has him like in the Matrix. Like these rookies have. Every time I see a video with him and Katron, is like Katron is bullying.
Don't nobody want to tackle Katron Allen in practice? Don't nobody want to tackle Katron Allen
in the game tomorrow? That's why.
Yeah, tomorrow in the game, I'm finally going to see what their feet look like. I'm waiting to see that. Speaking of, who's going to lead the team in receiving touchdowns?
Tomorrow?
No. The season.
In general? In the season?
General. Yeah.
Terry, man, because I just feel like JD's the type of like quarterback that is mindful of things, and Terry is gone into a like Terry got to get this next contract.
He getting that Hall of Fame signature going.
Yeah, he's going to look out for Terry and make sure that Terry is the guy. Like I think that is the one thing Jayden is very mindful of. I'm not now. Don't get me wrong. Like Diggs gonna get his touchdowns in his, but I think the way that he's going to handle that situation, the politics of that situation, and what's on the line for Terry.
Okay.
Because Terry's going to be going into another contract negotiation here soon, and I just see JD taking care of him. Now I'm not going to say he's going to have like 5 more touchdowns than Diggs. I just think he's going to be mindful of that. It may be like 1 more touchdown more than Diggs or something like that. But I think he's going to take care of Terry.
Okay, cool. And Dula about to head out after this one, y'all. But he said he's gonna answer the question because he know the answer.
No, well, I didn't say that. Yeah, I didn't say all that. No, I think I'm with you, Asia. I think it's Terry. I just think that Terry gives more red zone, deep pass potential. I mean, look, Terry could have had even more touchdowns if he didn't get tackled at the one so many dang times. Right. So and I think that Diggs is going to be the guy, like, you're looking for a third down conversion. Like, I think if you're talking about conversions versus touchdowns, I can see Diggs being the guy who gets more conversions, Chig being that guy as well. I think touchdowns will probably go more to Burks and Terry overall. So I'm going to guess on Terry being the person who has the most touchdowns receptions at the end of the year.
I got you. Yeah. Everybody, Dula said he got a ride. So
I do. Tell everybody where they can find you, bro. No, thank you, y'all. I appreciate it, man. I'm hungry, man. I'm not gonna lie. My wife made dinner, and she's like, "Yo, where you at?" And I'm like,
"What she make?
I don't know. She gonna surprise me. I hope it's good. And if it ain't, I'm still gonna eat it. But anyway,
go ahead. Enjoy your dinner.
I ain't mad at it. Enjoy your dinner, man.
Yeah. But no, thank y'all. I appreciate it, man. Like, look, if you wanna find us, we're doing a lot more on the Win Sports. We got a lot more things coming, website, just for everybody to be able to see the photos and the stories that we be doing. Win Sports DC is the YouTube. So please, like, subscribe. We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate y'all. This fan base is the best, man. So always. Thank y'all. Yeah.
Appreciate you for rocking, bro.
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. All right, peace.
And then there were 2.
We got it.
We got it. We almost done anyway. So how many games you got us winning in 2026? This based off of one preseason practice.
Let me give us. I've been so bad at predicting games because this is a tough schedule.
Schedule hard as hell. 6th hardest schedule in the league.
I gotta be realistic in like give us I'm gonna start at 10 wins.
Okay, that's fair.
I have us with the winning record, definitely, but I'm not gonna go crazy and be like 12, 13 wins. I think we can get to 10 wins.
Okay, yeah, I'm fair. I'm about 11. I'm at 11 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going over the moon. Now, when we had Laramie, you couldn't tell me we went 12-5.
Like when you had Laramie and you added Diggs. Oh boy, I was like, we might could get to like 12, 13 wins.
Right.
And then when
NFC,
Laramie
watch out.
went down, I was like, all right. Yeah.
That was a tough pot, you know what I'm saying? Because that was where that's where my brain went. I didn't go to what we gonna do. I went to damn, we just lost the extra game. Maybe 2.
Yeah, I have us getting there on the strength of the division play. That's why I never think about the total wins. I just have us eking in there because we're gonna handle the division.
Look, the division is right for the taking this year, and we definitely gotta do that, man. We definitely gotta do that. And so now, y'all, get to my favorite pot, right? Get to my other favorite pot. All right, and it's a little closing monologue, if you will, before I get to the chat to see what y'all talking about. All right, so Kent is going to tell us stories. Preseason gives us clues. September, Lord, we can't wait to get there. That's when we get our receipts. All right, and on Commander's reality check, that's really all it's about. It's about making sure we get the receipts, improve what's right, and flush out what's fake, young. All right, we deserve better in the Commanders fan base, and we're going to get better. All right, and hopefully better is us holding up that Lombardi this year. Okay, better is us winning the NFC East this year. Better is us winning the NFC this year, and that's kind of where we at with it. That's how I'm feeling. I know that's probably how Asia feeling. I know how every Commander creator that I spoke to, that's how they feeling. They trying to get back to what we haven't had. We heard our parents talking about the glory years and all that. That's cool. That was their time. It's our time now. So without further ado, I appreciate y'all for rocking. Let me go through this content. Let me go through this comment section to see if anybody said anything interesting before I let Asia up out of here, because we all need to eat a little dinner. Dula got us hungry.
I gotta cook, and I don't like cooking.
Oh nah, she Uber Eating. Uber Eats.
I made dinner yesterday, so I got leftovers going. So I'm prepared. Yeah,
warming up. Nah, I gotta cook. I gotta cook because I ain't doing Uber Eats 2 nights in a row. Let me see. No, I ain't really. You know what? The comment section look like it's been.
We had some Connerleys in here around the concerns.
Some Sunny Styles is the biggest and I think breakouts.
We had some Sunny Styles as breakouts in here, and I'll be happy to see him break out. They seem to be like Sunny Styles feels like he breaks out when you leverage his traits as a chess piece, and I think right now he feels like they're focusing on like run stop and him just doing boring linebacker stuff. So he's probably going to play well. It's just not going to flash yet until they get into I think a lot of what he's going to do is them getting into the bag of that playbook and opening it up. So
I think with Sonny, it got to be exactly what Daronte and Dan Quinn been talking about. He got us play with his hair on fire. Let those God-given talents take over. If you going, like Daronte said, I want you to play fast. Be wrong and play fast.
Make mistakes. He's still trying to be perfect.
Only way you're going to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? In college, you can take that half a step hesitation and still catch up to the cat because that athletic. In the NFL, Saquon Barkley going to leave your ass.
Yeah.
right where you stopped at. You might as well not even try no more. You're done. You know what I'm saying? But damn, we went for 2.5 hours, Asia.
They love, they love the live streams over here.
we was hooping. We was hooping today.
Good stuff. I like this format.
Yeah,
very engaging. Yeah,
nice little show. I definitely would not mind you have have you on again anytime you.
Reach out anytime. Me, I can
so real quick closing on y'all. Listen, this was Commander's reality check. Okay, by yours truly, Gerard B on Gerard B TV. Sitting here with Asia's analysis, you know what I'm saying? We look flustered. We done had a long conversation. We've been yapping, but we got through it. We know what's real, what's hype, and what needs receipts right before we get to this preseason game tomorrow. And if y'all rocking, check me out tomorrow on my little live stream. I'm going to have a little watch party tomorrow for the game. I might be off camera a little bit so I can have my libations and not get banned out, but you know how it is. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all for rocking. It's Gerard B on Gerard B TV. This was Asia from Asia Analysis. She always cool, man. Cool girl. My man said she got like a doctorate in the
That Reedy and Z.
Reedy
It
be
was like got
cooking,
their little
boy.
setup in the back.
I already know who that was from Reedy and Z. I know which one of the duo that was. He's funny for that one. But yeah, young. Y'all know how we do on my channel, young. Command is what we do. We raise hell on me. We raise hell on 3. And we out this joint, dog. Peace.